My mic wasn't on, so everything that I just said didn't come through. So cool.
That's all right. I
Cool, cool,
met I
cool, cool,
messaged
cool.
him.
Um,
Rewind, Jacob. Do it again.
so, what, as a brief recap there, since y'all couldn't hear me the first time, is the first Tasha's Book giveaway is a success. Davis Tassar in our chat is the winner of that as the largest donator since the beginning of our stream. From this point on, begins the second one. So, anybody that donates from here on will enter the drawing for book number 2 of 3. Yeah, keep them coming. Even $1 gets you entered. So if you donate $1 for me to change my hat, then that still puts you in the drawing. If nobody else donates, then you get yourself a nice free entry there. So it does go to the top donor, and all subsequent donations will be added together whenever we decide the winner at the end. So don't feel like you have to put it all at one time if you'd rather break it up or anything along those lines. With that, I will stop talking, and I believe we'll get back to things here.
Right on. And we did raise our goal.
We did indeed.
To $1,200. We are currently $140 away from our current goal, raising money for Norton Children's through this Extra Life charity stream. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and let's see what we can do to help out some kids.
Yeah. All right, guys. So my name's Derek. I will be picking up the DMing for this session. We're going to start off with a recap from Brandon. So if you're just now joining us or you missed something, he's going to take us through what happened in his session, and then we'll jump right into some role playing, and I'll take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon with the Forever DMs. I ran our first session of our day-long Dungeons & Dragons marathon that we have entitled Just Cause, a Goblin Shenanigan. Recap of the first session. It is a time of omens for the tribe of wise ones, the goblinoid tribe of wise ones. The elders, consulting the bones, have decreed that 6 heroes must journey to the lost shrine of the mysterious god Clokilk and retrieve the sacred relics. After traveling to the Valley of Forgetting and crossing the dilapidated Bridge of Bravery, and some of them leaping over and avoiding the lure of the Wallow of Wisdom, which takes away some strength as it ages you, but gives you wisdom. The heroes went into the main sanctum of the Shrine of Clokilk and fought its guardian, a large stone goblin statue. Upon defeating it, they were gifted with what they can only assume to be the relics of Clokilk, which are 6 unassuming, seemingly simple, but obviously magical, and having a mind of their own, red leather balls, each a different color. Red has assigned itself and begun to follow around Dice Clay, the kobold, goblin. Goblin. He's a goblin from a different tribe. He just looks different.
Southern tribe, yeah.
Right.
We just have a skin condition.
Has assigned itself to him. We have yellow has assigned itself to Kern, son of Kern. The light blue and dark blue balls to Petunia and Bud, the Ranger Dire Possum combo. And the orange assigning itself to Mad Max, the self-proclaimed master of the elements. And an unknown green ball deciding to follow them, lead them out, but not really sure of its intentions, making their way back to the Cave of the Wise Ones, their original home. They found it empty with no guards, except at the entrance, a wounded guard by the name of Geki, who informed them that softskins, humans, had come and taken away some of the tribe members. Searching through, they had found that the whelps, the children of the tribe, had been stolen, 6 of them most likely, and also the joeys, that have been that were born to Petunia, the dire possum. So, in search of her children, they fled, picked up the trail of some of the culprits, and have recently broken free after a fight. They have broken free their comrades, their tribe members, and also met a strange, not new to them, but new to the audience, character named Grandame Graca. She shaped out of a possum and has now begun berating everyone in the area for their lack of some sort of discretion. We're not quite sure, but we'll find out soon. That was our first session.
Thank you, Brandon. All right, so we're picking up right there. We're surrounding this wagon, and Grandammy has ordered us to begin driving it. So we're making our way down the road. Max doesn't have any aptitude for driving, so who is controlling this lumbering beast of a wagon?
Krun, son of Kern.
Oh, joy!
I know wagons very well, actually, as a part of my martial training.
Excellent.
Real talk, Krun, son of Kern, is proficient in land vehicles.
Very nice. So
yes. Just drive the dang thing.
Con, what are you eating? What? Don't put that in your mouth.
It was my lunch, and he holds up a sack that was clearly not his 5 minutes ago.
What's in it? Is it actual food, or are you eating something else again?
Rifling through it, and he pulls out there's a helmet, tosses it. He pulls out a book and just tosses that over the side, and rifles through, pulls out a dagger, tosses that over the other side, pulls out an apple. Here you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, it's fine. You can actually eat that. That's fine. Just making sure you're not eating rocks again.
You see the existential crisis of reins, sandwich, apple, 2 hands.
Oh no.
And he shoves the entire apple in his mouth and then takes the reins again.
Don't let me catch any of you eating rocks. If there's one lesson Grandammy always instills, it is how many rocks make you sick. The answer is 2.
Thank you, Grandammy.
Yes,
So,
you're my big fuzzy.
She pats you.
So
Petunia
Grandammy,
pops up behind Grandammy and just goes. So wise, Petunia. So wise. No explanation.
Where are we
just
going?
Grandammy, if you don't mind, you're quite wise, as we all know. Where are we going?
Follow the tracks ahead of us. This was part of a convoy. Lots of humans. You've ruined everything. I was on my way to find them. The whelps, they took them. They're crying and... I'm so upset. But we'll get them. We'll find them. I can't believe you came along. I was all set. I was disguised. I was going to sneak in and let them out when I got to my destination. But who had to show up and ruin that plan?
Well,
Who showed up?
It's strange when I'm the most normal person on the bus.
Speak for yourself, dummy.
I blame Dice. What was the name of that goblin who told us to come after him? It was Satch. Satch's fault, not our fault.
Satch? Yeah, they're all cowards. Went to the Cavern of Valor the moment things went bad.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do? That's what we've always done.
Not when you forget the whelps, bud.
Oh.
I just imagine just shame.
Oh.
What did Grandammy always teach you? We forget the whelps. We forget the future.
Don't forget the wipe.
Silly. Yes, that too. That too.
Krun is gonna, as Grandammy's just rambling on, Krun's gonna look over at Max and go, Max, where should I go?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. Grandemmy, where are we taking them? These tracks, how far ahead are they? Do we have any hope of catching them?
I don't know. I've been in a sack inside a cage. I haven't seen anything. I just wanted them to take me there. You want something done, you got to do it yourself. And she...
Did you hear a name of a town somewhere? Where were we being taken?
Oh, nothing. I don't know. They know where they were going. They're the humans. They live there. They don't have to tell us.
Well,
Krun will rifle through his sack again. Wait. And he'll hold up a helmet with a crest or something on it and go, and just hand it to Max.
I think I recognize this crest. Oh no. This is the crest of Norton's Rest. You guys know about Norton's Rest, right?
No.
Yes.
No.
Do I?
Probably does. You can make a history check.
Bum 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 bum.
History.
Yeah,
Nice, coming out swinging.
Well, boom! I won't get another one. I will not get another one. That's it.
So,
I got a 17.
Dice knows all about Norton's Rest because he's done hard time in prison, and one of his cellmates had done hard time in Norton's Rest. So, and I know for a fact that Bill knows a lot about Norton's Rest. So go ahead and just give us a couple key facts that we know, or that you might know about Norton's Rest.
Norton's Rest. That's a terrible place. The Yumis. They used to run there all the time because it had during the plague it had healing waters, and they would go there and they bathe and they get all better. But something in the soil turned rotten, and that place it's not nice. It's always dark and rainy and just horrible. Why would they take them there?
Raiding parties never come back from there.
Yeah. It's the Baron. He's really paranoid, and the walls are under constant guard. No goblins have ever returned from there, like Krun said. Grandammy, we can't go to Norton's Rest. Not like this, just rolling up in a wagon.
You might not be, bunch of cowards. Running off on your own adventures when we need you around the cave.
No, I'm not saying we can't go. I'm just saying we can't go like this. It's suicide. We need to find some special way into the city. A secret way.
Why don't we get there first, and then we'll deal with that?
Well, that's the other issue. As far as I know, Norton's Rest is quite a long way away from here. I think I might know a way to get us there faster, or at least someone who does.
You know.
Petunia gets up on her hind legs right next to Grandammy Graka and is just like, Petunia would like a story, please.
I agree with the marsupial. I want to save the babies too.
Did anyone else notice that the possum pointed to a watch?
A what?
Huh? And you look down and there's like a little bug crawling past. She goes, picks it off, eats it.
Grandammy says,
A watch! More of them! Arm yourselves! Yeah.
Calm yourself, Grandammy. Okay. Okay. I have a friend. He's in a tower that's along the way, and I think he can help us. Along.
You have friends?
I
Well,
was about to
besides,
say that. I don't believe that story. Max, I don't believe you have friends.
well, he's my previous master, the wizard, Harlan Sanders. None of you would ring no bells for any of you, but you know that I've like studied with a wizard at one point, or I
Oh,
say
that's
I
the
did,
one
at least.
that's the one you ran off and learned a few silly tricks. Came back with a big book, eh?
Yeah, that's the one. I think he can help us. He's quite powerful.
Well, if he can get us there sooner, I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah. All right. It might be dangerous. Just a little bit.
Petunia.
So, as we travel...
Crun looks down at Max and goes, I am your friend.
Oh.
Aw.
Thanks.
Like,
Thanks, Crun.
totally late, 5 minutes later, like, missed the beat.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to move us here. Where's that add party to map button?
It's up there by the character screen. And
I have
it's
to go
up
to
there.
characters. That's what it is. Yeah. Add party to area. Okay.
Battle
Boom.
maps, and brought to you by Astral Table.
Ooh.
That's right.
Can you all see the whole thing? Do I have dynamic lighting on?
So
No, we're good.
Okay.
as soon as this tower comes into view,
Yeah. So this is still a ways in the distance. We're like rolling up on the wagon, and yeah. Go ahead, Bill.
Dice stands up in the back of the
Wagon. Easy. Where? Why?
What? I told you it was a little dangerous.
Do you know what this place is?
Well, yeah.
And I look at the rest of the.
Or do you guys know what this place is? What are we doing here?
No.
Well,
Yes.
it gets us to
never-
the whelps, master.
You've
No.
never heard of the Tower of the Terrible Shinies?
Tower of the Terrible. Oh, yes. Heard of it.
Yeah,
Don't
this
really
great.
care.
Now that you say that name, what is it? Harlan Sanders? Sanders? Yeah, I remember that name. He was known by the alabaster white robes that he wore and this particular black tie. He was supposedly like some good guy. And he used his knowledge and his intelligence to create like spells and potions and concoctions that would help people. But he experimented with like magical plants and learned how to grow these like fantastically delicious herbs and spices. And people flocked from like miles around to experience in the many properties of his magical concoctions. But one day his experimentation went too far. He delved into magic too ancient, and what he created corrupted his mind, and he became paranoid. He stopped distributing his spices and his herbs, and he hid in his tower and turned everyone away, even his own son. He turned the tower into a nightmare, doing anything he could to scare people away. He kept them away from his magical secrets. This was many generations ago. Many believed that Harlan Sanders might long since expired, but his tower, it still stands. And he said that treasures and knowledge galore can be found inside. And if you are crazy enough, and I'm sure someone is, to venture there, many goblins have tried and lured by the promises of shinies within, and none of them return. It's like, I go back to prison before I go in there.
What, are you writing a book?
You pick up some things, okay? I had a cellmate, a tribal member that told me about this, and from the Goblin tribe I was part of. Don't ask too many questions.
But where are we going?
All right, Max. Tell Grandemmy what we're doing here. What do we do when we get inside?
So it's like Dice said. There was a very wise wizard. His name was Harlan Sanders, and he had a son. His son was my master, Harlan Sanders II. He wanted to know what happened to his father after he locked himself in the tower, and there was rumors that he was dead, and so my master came to investigate. And So you know how I said that I graduated from wizard school, and then I was given the spell book, right? Well, what really happened is he went to the tower and he never came back, and so I just took his spare spell book and here I am.
Wait, so you didn't graduate?
Well, not I didn't get the piece of paper, but I was basically done. Yeah.
Well,
It's more than
you know
I
what they
got.
say. You know what they say. I'm sure he was a good human, and now look at him, dead.
Well, we
Does
don't
that
know.
make him a better human?
Well, if he's anything like the ones that came and took the whelps, yes.
Oh, then. A better human's better than a bad human? I don't know. Let's just go.
He's pretty good most of the time. I really think he can help us, and he can't be dead. He's very knowledgeable. I think he's just trapped.
So as we
If I had you for an apprentice, I'd be trapped too.
Maybe that's why he ran away.
Sorry, I'd come up with.
As we pull the wagon up the path and kind of leading to the outcropping where all of this is, Krun ties the reins up to a tree so the horses can't get away and go, okay, what's this place called again?
This is the Tower of Terrible Chinese.
The
I like
Tower
Chinese.
of Terrible Tinies.
It's called our
Okay.
death. That's what this is. It's a death tower. Kern. It's a death tower.
Okay.
But if it can help us find the Joeys, then it's worth the risk. Well,
Even if Arlen, my master, isn't in there, it said that they're powerful magical artifacts, and I can use them to help us.
Okay.
Bad idea, I tell you. Bad idea.
And when you say that with such conviction, regardless of your level of conviction, Grun's like, okay, then starts walking towards the front door.
All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
Petunia
yes, yes.
immediately jumps down and follows behind Krun, ready to go do whatever is necessary to find her Joeys. The little turquoise-colored ball still balancing on her back.
So I'm just going to jump you up to these stairs here. So if everybody just wants to jump up to here, we're not doing any checks or anything.
Yeah.
So before we enter into the actual tower, do you guys have any questions or any further role play?
I don't think Krun's smart enough to get questions. So
Well, it does look
so-
dangerous, so maybe we go carefully. So Bud and Petunia would like to stealth up towards the entrance. And out of curiosity, would this count as mountainous territory or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then we'll be looking for anything fishy along the way.
Make me a stealth roll. And a perception.
Really bad stealth roll. But should be advantage on the perception. The second one really ought to come through there, but it's not. That's a 18 plus 4 is 22 on the perception check.
Great. So are you leading the party here?
Petunia was right up there with Kroon, and so I don't know if we're necessarily ahead of Kroon, but we're at least up towards the front.
Cool. Okay, so you guys get up to the front door. You think you're being pretty sneaky as far as you can tell, but Kern is also just like standing up right next to you. You get to the door and it looks like a normal tower door.
it's very shiny.
It's actually not. It's just regular wood.
You okay, Kern? You got that cataract thing going on again?
What?
Anybody opening the door?
If we've not
Granddad.
noticed anything else, then we will open the door.
Okay.
Nope. Krun will gladly open the door since we're standing there.
Okay. Steps
And
inside.
obliviously do so.
And you guys can let me know, is the dynamic lighting working here?
It seems
Yes.
to be, yes, sir.
It is
All right.
indeed. Did we wind up turning on the collective view?
I have share party vision on.
That's
yes.
perfect. Okay. It just helps out with the stream so that everybody's not only seeing just my take on that versus what the whole party's seeing. So
Sure. So I will let you guys know. Just preface this session with be careful where you're moving your characters. This tower, as promised, is dangerous, and so
Okay.
if you move your character over a spot that may or may not be trapped, you will trigger that. So
well, that's
just be
awesome.
just be meticulous about that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's very cool. Um,
Crun just sees a door in front of him, so he goes to the door.
Okay.
All right. Bud and Petunia will continue their kind of like cautious investigation of things.
So this just seems like a normal tower. You can tell by the layer of dust and cobwebs that it's been quite some time since someone's been here. There are, like I said, webs. There are bits and pieces and bones scattered around this floor.
So as we walk in, I'm going to I look up and look at everywhere and go to walk past Grammy, Petunia, and
You know what? I think I'm just gonna wait, like by the door. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
So
I think you're gonna keep walking, dummy.
She like pushes you forward.
So
looking around, paint the picture for us.
So 1 second. So actually, when you say that you're going to stay here, Max starts to argue with you. He's like, "Well, no, I think it's important that I stay here because, I'm the master of the elements and I can guard the door the best, and I can make sure that no one else comes in after us. Definitely not afraid of heights or anything."
You brought us here, and then we gotta go in it alone.
Yeah, you
Max?
just when you find my master, just tell him I'm down here, and he'll collect me. You do
This
fine.
smells fishy, Max.
Okay.
Oh,
And I go
man.
for the next door.
No,
I-
Granddad, I mean, look, it's quite dirty down here, and I'm gonna just, clean the place up to make, because I stole my master's spell book, and I don't want him to be upset with me, and
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Master of Elements, I'll give you a new nickname. I'm gonna call you Blister. Show up after the work's done.
And I'm gonna keep going towards the door.
Petunia kind of like looks at Max, rolls her little beady eyes, and just goes meow, 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 meow. And Bud goes, no, I'm pretty sure I'm still more scared than he is. And they'll continue like looking around.
So what you see here, a standard tower fare. Looks like just like an entry area. There's storage over here. This to your right looks like a holding cell, but the bars are rusted. You can't really see too much past that, but you do notice that these torches are in fact lit, which is interesting considering no one has been here in recent times.
Well, Bud will head a little bit this direction, kind of stepping carefully to get a better look at what's going on with these bones and stuff in the holding cell then.
So you can't get through here. You can just see through.
Okay.
What are you trying to divine?
If I can't get through there, I was going to go look at the bones. So if I have to go a different direction, then I guess he would head around the other way then. But if he can tell anything through the bars, then he's just taking a closer look at like what the bones are, that sort of thing.
Okay, like what kind of creature it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and continue around.
Okay. Moving cautiously.
Sure.
Petunia will come with him.
Now I know that Gabe said Krun was just proceeding towards the door. You're just going to open that door.
Mhm.
Okay. Door is open, and you just see a spiral staircase leading upwards and downwards. Is anybody following Bud and Petunia?
I'm gonna stay here with Krun for a second as I look down the stairs.
I don't feel like taking any more stairs right now. Going this way.
Krun will
And I'm going to
kind of
follow Bud.
Krun will kind of lean into the stairwell. Hello.
Hello. Oh.
Wizard.
Wizard. Turd.
Turd.
Excellent. All right, so Bud and Petunia, you see just like a standard wooden door here that you assume leads into the next area.
Is this like a complete wall across here?
Yes.
Across the middle? Okay. Bud will cautiously approach the door and try and check to see if there's anything problematic.
Like how closely are you doing? Do you want to do like an investigation of the door, or are you
Yeah,
just kind of,
he'll attempt to investigate as he goes forward. Not super
Sure, go
great
ahead.
at it, but he's a coward, so he'll try anyway.
As
Go ahead,
as
give me
he
a
goes
investigation roll.
forward, just because Dice is nervous and not a nice person, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and I'm going to make it sound like Bud just stepped on a trap with a spring noise.
Boing.
Nah. What was that? Hey. Well, nothing went boom. Okay. And I'll have Petunia also sniffing around and helping out with the investigation to use the help action mechanically to assist.
Yeah, go ahead.
And about the time that happens is when Krun has come over to join the group, and he's leaning, like looming over Bud, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, God, I'm just trying to check for things that go boom. I don't want to get hurt.
Oh,
And that's a 14 on my investigation.
Okay.
To its points.
Sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
No, I was just going to say, Grandammy says, after Bud says, I don't want to get hurt, Grandammy says,
You're gonna get hurt if you don't keep moving.
And see, she's scarier than the traps. And he'll move
So
towards the door.
you've done your fair share of sneaking through like human dwellings in the past, Bud, and so you're looking at this door and you can tell that there is a surprising amount of like mechanical mechanisms in this door, like other than like the door and the lock. There are other things that you're not sure what they're even tied to.
There's a lot of weird, windy things in here. Anybody good at taking these stuff apart?
Normally, I'd tell you all. If you find-
Maybe just more gently than Kroon would do it.
I speak up and
Yeah, I think you should give like Krun a try. And Krun, why don't you try it as I step all the way back here?
yeah, as you do that, as Krun goes forward, Grandammy goes to grab Bud
Yep.
also and pulls. Grandammy says,
Remember that lesson I also taught you when you were little? Is that when Krun wants to do something, you stand back and let him do it.
Petunia
checks out.
Wow.
All right,
And-
Krun.
Krun, with no concept of what is actually occurring in the moment, would like to kick the door in with an
Fucking beautiful.
straight up
So-
Spartan kick. Goosh!
It's very gentle.
All right, Krun, make me a dex save.
7.
Okay. So Krun kicks the door open. It gives surprisingly easily. He gets to about here, and you hear this like snapping and whirring, like grinding sound, and then you see this come out of the wall. It comes out of the wall with this sound, and Krun. What was that?
I said, "Oh."
And so this is designed to hit like a regular person's height, and Krun is about regular size, and so it actually bites into his shoulder. And so Krun is going to take 1 plus 6 plus 4, so 11.
Yikes.
Right, math. 11 points of piercing damage, or slashing damage. Before you're able to like push yourself away from it, it is still spinning. It seems to be like slowing down now, and then after a couple more seconds, it folds back up and sets back into the wall. And you see now this like tripwire. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to close the door. This tripwire across the door that when you kick the door open, it immediately triggered.
Is the tripwire still there?
Yes, it is still there.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's see how bright he is. Okay. Krun will take a hand axe out and chop the wire.
Great. So it doesn't seem like it had entirely reset. So the saw does not come back out of the wall, and drawing on his pools of wisdom that he received from the wall. What was the pool called earlier?
Wallow of wisdom.
Oh yes,
The wall of wisdom. He gets a glimmer of that wisdom and decides to cut the wire.
It's fine. He's bleeding.
After
Done.
he's taken, I wanted to give it time, but after he takes that damage, Grandammy just is gonna kind of like shuffle forward.
Krun, you all right?
What?
Okay, keep going.
Bud
Okay.
Bud will
and
walk
he
up
turns
and
and keeps going into the room.
Bud will walk up and take a berry out of his pouch and say, "That looked like that hurt. Here you go."
Ooh, piece of candy.
And it heals you for 1.
I'll take it. It's the no longer actively bleeding part that helps.
So you do see a beheaded body in front of you.
Oh. He missed.
So with the door out of the way, would like to walk in and continue investigating the area, see if there's anything more to tell from these bones and such.
I'll step in, and when I see the beheaded body and the saw,
Well, I guess he wasn't penitent enough to pass.
after I totally butchered that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Did you guys want to make an investigation roll on this area here?
No.
I will do that, sure.
Oh,
Just
Actually,
remember,
yes, I'm going to look for something to eat.
okay.
Oh,
Grandammy
oh God.
in a
Oh my God. So with Petunia helping me, that's a 1 and a 4.
Dice with the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Krun looks around for something to eat and picks up a rock
Yeah.
and
yeah.
starts eating it.
Yep, mhm. Or would you gnaw on one of the bones?
Okay, yeah. It's like a femur.
Grandammy did just warn you about rocks.
She did. It's relevant. It's fresh in the mind.
Yeah, exactly. You probably pick up the rock, look at it, and you're like, no.
Next time. He probably licked it first.
Perfect. Okay, so this body you can tell has been beheaded by the saw that was set up here. They have a bow. The bow is in tatters. The string has long since decayed, and the body, the flesh has been eaten away by mold and decay and bugs probably, and definitely spiders because there are webs everywhere.
Well, that's been here a while.
In the this little holding area, you see a magical torch, or sorry, a torch, a burning torch, and then a body covered in webs. And again, the body has been there long time, completely decayed.
Looking
I'm gonna
around,
search through
not
some of the
seeing anything of
bones.
interest, Grun turns around and leaves.
Grandmammy steps to search through the bones, and the you hear this awful grinding noise that you associated with the saw last time, and these spikes shoot up from the ground. Make me a dex save, Grandammy Graka.
Okay. That is an 18.
All right. So
Nice.
as you hear this grinding noise, you're like, you realize that they're still in that same area, and so it was most likely you that caused this. And so you jump back away from this this spike trap as soon as you see them start to protrude from the ground. So you are going to take a little bit of damage here. You take 5 points of piercing damage as you're not quite able to jump back away in your old age. You don't move you're not as spry as you used to be.
Sure. Yeah, so takes it, and then she's, I forgot my own lesson. Kran, have something for you to look through.
Okay. And Grun comes back around to Grandammy Graka.
Max is kind of watching you through the bars here, and he's like, I told you it's the Tower of Terrible Shinies.
Oh, couldn't have told us about the traps on this floor at least?
I've never been here before, Grandammy.
Actually, I think it's a tower of cowardly mage wannabes.
Good thing I've
what's
never been
that?
here then.
Oh well, is there a path past the pit, or does it pretty well take up the whole area?
You can get past it. Yeah.
Okay. So Bud will carefully kind of pick his way past the pit, shuffling along inside the wall, and he and Petunia will make their way over towards the last set of skulls and such that they originally wanted to check out, but carefully kind of approaching it as things have gone up to this point.
Sure. So maybe like a general investigation roll. General investigation.
With Petunia helping
Colonel.
out. Uh, 13.
There's not a lot here. A lot of it just seems to have like decayed away. You find like a small like rolled scrap of paper.
Can I read it?
Yeah. Can you read common?
I do know common. My intelligence is technically high enough to read, so I can try and make something up of it.
So this just seems to be like a schedule. Like it's got the days of the week on it, and it's got times written on it, and it has like amounts of grain, or no, sorry, not of grain, of hay.
I kind of turn around and I take it over to Grandammy Graka, and I hand it to her and I say, "Well, I think this one at the bottom might have been the last straw," and I hand it to her.
Dead.
She takes it. She looks at it.
I'm going to let you go stand in the corner for that one.
Okay.
Now watch.
Bud
Watch
just
as
walks
Bud
over
tries to find the corner of a circular room.
Right, exactly. Bud just kind of walks over and hangs his head over by the wall.
Looking at this account of just Grandammy is.
Ah! Here's for horses. Ah!
Kind of just takes it, puts it in her satchel, and turns around to get out of here.
I think I can do the stairs now.
They say that the wizard Holland Sanders lived on the top floor of the tower, if that's helpful.
It would have been helpful earlier. Not now.
Petunia follows you
Howdy,
along
Doc.
as Bud realizes
Howdy, Doc.
everybody's leaving him. He goes, "Oh God, don't leave me!" And he'll run back with everybody else.
Bump.
How'd he die? Fall into one of his traps?
Maybe. I don't know. If you find out, let me know.
So, going up then, huh?
I walk.
I walk over to Bud as it's just the two of us in this hallway, and I put my hand on his shoulder.
It's like, coming from another comedian, it's okay, buddy. None of us found it funny.
Yeah, I know. And realizing after the fact here that Grandemmy did in fact get hurt there, he will offer a berry to Grandemmy as well.
Thanks, Nut.
You're welcome. I'm sorry for the bad joke.
Eh, that's okay.
Krun will not cautiously at all just start walking up the stairs.
Alright, going up. Right, so you should have loaded into the next area here. I'm gonna go ahead and open that door since it loaded you guys. It guy's kind of weird.
I'm still showing back on the other map.
Yeah.
All the tokens disappeared.
There we go. It's just taking a while to.
Center on character.
Yeah. Hit center on character because you're on the same map. Actually, I just moved you. So you might need to scroll out and then scroll back in, find yourselves, or center on character.
Or
either way.
Click on your token on the left
Gotcha.
and
I got
center
it now.
on character.
So you guys can all see now. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Max stays downstairs, as he is deathly terrified of heights. Though he will vehemently deny it. All right. How would you like to proceed?
Left.
I forgot my music. Sorry, dudes. Let's try this.
Left.
I'm going to
Right.
stay behind the big fuzzy.
Krun is standing in the middle of the hallway saying left and right over and over again as if he's trying to decide which is which. He's got his hands out.
Hey, there's some audio.
As he's confused over which way to go, I'm going to use minor illusion to make the sound of a dinner bell over here.
Okay. You hear Krun, you hear dinner. It's the bell you've heard all your life before getting fed.
Oh.
You start salivating.
Dinner time.
I learned
You
that.
just had lunch.
Bum bum bum.
I look at Grammy Greg.
I learned that from from a mage named Pavlov.
Well done. So
Bud-
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yep, Bud and Petunia will follow Kern.
There is a thing there that we see, but Krun obviously is oblivious. So
Anybody? No? Okay, that's fine.
no.
Grandemmy's going around the other way.
Krun, make me a dex save.
Any chance I can go for athletics and try to with my extra long arms and just hold on?
I will absolutely allow you to roll athletics. That's fine.
All right. 23.
Okay, wonderful. So you walk through this. You walk over this tripwire. You walk right into it. You feel the ground begin to drop out from beneath you. What do you do?
Krun, being a bugbear with his extra long, lanky arms that are double the size of normal folks, just reaches out to the side and holds on, and is just dangling there.
Perfect.
I found a hole.
Yeah, and down below you see several long, sharp spikes carved from what look to be just like spearheads.
I'm gonna say Grandemmy hollers out to Krun when he says, "I found a hole." She says,
Don't worry. That's what you're good for.
Thanks.
I can help you, Kern, but the cure might be worse than the disease.
I'm hoping that with that successful roll, I can get across fairly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Yep. And
Right.
hit another trap.
You're fine.
Okay, trying to thunder wave him out of the trap was a good idea.
Absolutely.
The trap that he avoided taking damage from, that you would have damaged him getting out of it.
Okay.
I wanted to
and
do that
I'm
so bad.
and being one to help the wise ones, Krun will reach his 5-foot-long limbs across to help people across one at a time.
We'll just go ahead and say you're all able to get across this fairly easily with Krun's help. There's also like a narrow path along the edge here, so you're all able to get across there.
Beautiful. Oh, there's lots of doors. So many doors.
Door? Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
So there are.
As soon as Krun head towards the door, Bud goes, I remember Grandammy's warnings, and then just kind of steps back.
So these doors, each of these doors, if you get close enough, has like a little metal plaque on it with some writing. It's not in common, so I'm not sure what languages you all speak. It is not in common or Goblin.
Krun can't read.
Okay, perfect.
I have halfling and orc.
Okay, cool. There are two of these doors that you understand. What about Dice?
Sorry, I'm laughing at the fact that it doesn't even matter what it says because he can't read.
I've got draconic. I've got draconic and druidic and goblin. And
I speak 3 languages: common, bad common, and draconic.
He doesn't even speak Goblin.
Don't.
That's hilarious.
Nice. Okay, so Krun touches the door in front of him to open it, and instead of opening the door, he disappears from view. And Gabe, don't do anything quite yet, but I'm going to move your character.
Noted.
All right.
Sorry, Jacob. There are 2 doors that you can actually read. Bud being the linguist that he is.
Yeah,
one
super linguist.
One of
that's
one of
why
one of
he's
the
in this
doors,
party.
One of the doors says Orc Sword Lock, and the other door says Halfling's Heart Lock.
Okay.
But neither of those are the ones that Krun touched.
Okay, so I can't read the one that Krun touched here.
No.
Which one of these was the orc and which one was the halfling?
The very top, the northernmost door is the orc, and the southernmost door is the halfling.
Okay, so Bud and Petunia are going about this, and the long and short of this is that Bud can barely read. Petunia is probably a better reader than he is. So Petunia walks up to the door and like takes a close eye at it, and then looks back at Bud and goes, motioning for like the sword, and then points to her heart for the halfling one.
And you didn't touch any of the doors?
No. Just like up on back legs, like looking at everything. As Grandemmy, Petunia mentions that this one's something about an orc sword, and then the other one's about a halfling heart. Can't read the one that Kroon touched.
Let's see here. It's a door.
I'm gonna go this way. Can I roll an investigation check to make sure there's no traps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Today's game is brought to you by one of us needed to make a rogue.
Today's game is also brought to you by parties without rogues are better.
All right, so
Parties
Wait,
without
did you
rogues
roll?
just need enough hit points. It's fine.
Bill, did you roll? The only roll I see right now is Gabe's investigation check.
I see one for dice. It's a 12.
Oh, it's like mashed together on my screen. It says Dice, son of Kern on my screen.
If it does that sometimes, roll your fiddle with your scroll.
Hey, not on stream, guys. Terms of service.
I'm filled
Hey,
with my
we're trying to make money here.
I was examining
We
my
have
balls
been
on
through this.
stream
This is
earlier.
a family show.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I see. So with the 12, this room doesn't seem to be anything special. There's no like gears or mechanisms in the wall that you can spot.
All right. So I'm gonna move to this far door.
It's
And
been about like probably 15 to 20 seconds, and Krun has not reappeared.
Oh, there's a fourth door?
Yes, there are 4 doors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So only 2 of them we can read. And the...
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
I'm checking this door out up here.
Top one.
Yeah.
Did you touch it?
No.
Okay.
Is any writing? Anything that's going on?
Nothing visible. No. Besides the plaque on it, that's the one that Bud was able to read, and it says Orc Sword Lock.
All right, go to this one. What does that one say again?
I'm not on that screen. Sorry. Which door are you at? Top to
The-
bottom.
Yeah.
You're at the bottom one.
No, I'm at the
No,
one to the left. of
Second,
it.
second from
okay.
the top.
So top to bottom, it says Orc Sword. You don't know, and then Halfling's Heart. So 1, 2, 3,
What?
4.
Okay.
What language is this one in? Do I know
You
the language?
don't. You do not.
Hmm.
It looks kind of like fancy, kind of loopy scroll.
And,
Bud and...
Aaron went through this one, right?
The one that Kern went through, the letters are like more like blocky and like that's the best way I can put it.
Well, Bud has some knowledge of halflings, so he will go up and he will touch the halfling door and see what happens.
And Bud disappears from view.
And as soon as he disappears, Petunia will touch it as well to go with him.
Okay, got it.
And
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Grand Emmy is going
my
to
goodness.
go.
I'm staring at a silver dragon, guys.
Hmm.
One more time?
Orcs or halflings? Halflings are shorter. Yes.
And then I'm going to touch the halfling door.
Nothing happens. You are still there.
Well, boy.
Oh,
Miss-
gosh.
Did
Missed
did
my chance.
did Kern go through this one that I'm standing in front of?
Which one are you standing in front of?
The one in the middle.
Yes, that is the one that he disappeared through.
Okay. I look at Grammy when I see that she can't go through that door. I say, maybe it has an ugly detector, and I touch that door like really quickly.
And Dice disappears from view. And you appear in a room. You appear in a room with Krun. Words.
You missed it. I just got a sick burn on Grammy Greg before I went through the door.
I'm going to
Why
go and
is
touch
Grammy
the door.
on fire?
Touch the what one?
As soon as he does that, I'm going to rush to the door and touch that one.
So nothing happens. You're rapping on a solid door. You don't disappear.
Ooh, you're getting a whack when I see you next.
And,
At least orcs are green-skinned too sometimes.
and I'm going to touch the orc sword door.
Okay, perfect. So the way that we're going to do this, just because Jacob's screen is the one that everyone can see, I'm going to start with Jacob. I'm going to let him solve his puzzle, and
Oh,
then
Lord.
I will move him to the others so they can kind of see you guys solve these puzzles. If that
You're
makes
gonna
sense.
let Petunia.
I was going to say, Petunia is the one solving anything.
Right. So 1 second, I need to make handouts available to you guys.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so in your handouts, Jacob, you should see a puzzle. It says Halfling's Heart Floor Puzzle. Wait, can you guys all see, since I have shared party vision on, can you all see where Jacob is?
I zoomed
No.
out and I could not see everybody else, so I was assuming we were on separate floors.
Yeah, well, you are. I wasn't sure how that shared party vision worked when you were
Start on
separated
the
by dynamic lighting.
blue-boarded tile. You may only
So
move
here,
according to-
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the dynamic lighting off.
Oh, okay,
and we
cool.
can- there we go. Can you all see now?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys
Yes.
actually cannot see each other. You are in these square rooms. There's these strange symbols on the floor, and there is basically directions on how to solve the locks, or the as you know them, on the wall.
Okay,
And
so
so
the
if
only
you check your handouts, the only handout is available right now is Jacob's puzzle.
Okay.
Because
cool.
Do you guys just want me to make these available to you now so you can study them as he's going, and just in essence
For
of time?
sake of time, that might be a good idea.
Great. Okay. So, Brandon, the handout that you want to look at is the Orc Sword floor puzzle, and Gabe and Bill, the handout you guys want to look at is the Dwarven Shield floor puzzle, and I just made those available to you guys.
Got it.
So the blue bordered tile, is that where I am currently? The colors on the borders not coming through super clear.
You're right. Yeah. The one you're on is the
Okay.
blue bordered tile. Also, you know how chess works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. That would be awkward if you didn't.
Following these rules, you must reach the red button. So heart.
If you have questions, please let me know.
Heart is a knight. Crown is king.
Okay, I see what you're doing with this. Yeah, the blue border's there. It's just kind of faint.
Yeah.
Nice puzzle, dude. I like
Thank
it.
you.
Swords is a bishop. So how exactly is movement working on this? So like, if I'm standing on a heart, I can move like a knight,
Yes.
and then I'll move to that position, and then I will assume the movement abilities
Correct.
of where I moved. Okay.
Yes. And everyone you can feel free to start solving your puzzle and move around. When I get to you, if you haven't done already, I'll just ask for that solution.
So as it stands right now, moving as a knight, I could move here. No, sorry. Here or here. Right?
So there. You could also... Hang on, is that the only two combinations? Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 1 forward, 2 over, or 2 forward, 1 over.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So... if I move here, I'm moving as a bishop. These floor tiles don't like move with me or anything, right? Like I just, wherever I move is where I'll wind up. Okay. Man, making me think about chess pieces and stuff.
Does
I'm a
anybody else
goblin.
want to take a crack at their puzzle?
I do. I have a question.
Sure. Maybe.
Prun trying to navigate this would probably be a very interesting experience. But for a single heart, I can move a single space. For 2 hearts, I move 2 spaces. For 3 hearts, I would move clear across the board. So what happens on a 4? Because there are only 3 spaces to move.
So if you get to a place where you cannot move anymore, suddenly you basically like look down at your feet, then you look back up and you're back into the starting corner of the room. Does that make sense?
Oh, so it has to perfectly even out.
What do you mean?
Like it has to add up to the number of spaces.
Gets me there.
For example, from where I'm at right now, I move 1, 2, 3, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then I could go 1, 2,
Correct.
1,
Here.
Yep.
and then 1,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
Yep.
and then 1.
Gets to here,
And then
that to
Krun
here,
disappears.
and that to- Okay, cool.
for Gabriel solving the puzzle, where
For
Krun did
Gabriel,
not.
yes, you're right.
Krun bumbled his way through it.
I realize that that your characters won't necessarily solve these, but
Unless I'm like reading it wrong, it basically looks like I'm on 3, so I can go 1, 2, 3. I'm on 2, I can go 1, 2, and I'm on 3, I can just go down.
no, you
No.
need to continue. You need to complete your move.
Oh, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay.
Yes. Brandon, are you understanding yours?
But
Brandon,
yeah, I just figured it out. I was
Okay.
like, oh wait,
that the
Yeah.
orc one can be a little confusing. Yeah.
no, because it was just like I have to move in the direction. So here's what I'm guessing: I can move anywhere, any length in the direction that the sword I'm on is pointing,
Correct.
and then I have to. But whatever I stop on, I then have to move in that direction X amount of spaces.
As many spaces as you would like in that direction.
Got it. Okay.
These are clever.
Okay. If I can remember,
Can't take credit.
if I can remember what I did, I think I've got this figured out. So, first movement on mine, for a knight to here.
Okay.
I run bishop to king,
Okay.
king to king,
Mhm.
king to rook, rook to knight, knight to bishop, bishop to knight, knight to rook, rook to the heart.
Perfect. And I imagine Petunia kind of.
Yeah, Petunia would,
Petunia was
would-
the one that
would-
did it.
Yep,
right?
right. So I was dragging the wrong one around. Bud's just sitting there going like, I don't understand this at all, and Petunia's just like hopping, and hops all the way over to the end, and Bud just follows her along.
So keep your vision on Bud. I'm going to move Petunia over, and so that everybody
Sure.
else can still see the screen.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else?
Okay. I mean, I'm ready to go if we want to. If you just want to supervise me, make sure I'm doing this right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm going to.
You can move
go
your
this way.
character if you want to. It'll be easier to show me. Okay. Up to there.
Oh, sorry.
Cool.
Yeah. No. Sorry. It's
You're
here.
good.
I'll start at the beginning and then I'll stop. Here.
Okay.
And then I'll go here.
Got it.
Here.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was
Dang
gonna say.
it, I missed. No. I had it right. I figured it out, and then I just didn't leave myself there. So I'm here. I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
Here.
Following.
Here.
Good. Yeah, you got it.
Here. And then, yeah. Stop at this one, and then back.
Grand Amy's so wise. All right. Excellent job, guys. All right, cool. All right, let me move you. So Bud and Petunia pop up here. Clay and where's Kern? Here, and then Grand Amy pops up over here. Boom. All right, so you guys all should see your screens now. Yes.
Yes.
So in front of. So these hallways are still magically lit by torches. Here, in front of Dice and Krun, is a large gargoyle statue, and it's got its hands in front of itself on the ground like this, and in its hands is a glass bottle filled with some kind of red liquid. You do see some bones here on the ground. Grand Amy, you see a similar statue up here to your right, and another set of bones on the ground. Same deal. Gargoyle has its hands on the ground with a glass bottle in its hands. And then finally, Bud and Petunia, you see your companions to the north, and to the south you see another statue that looks very similar to the ones that they see.
Hey, Karen. There's something for you to grab over there.
And I step back.
Okay. And he grabs and he goes to pick up the vial.
All right. How many times am I going to have to ask you to make a dex save this game?
A lot of them.
Oh boy.
So
a lot of them.
As you take,
I rolled
potion,
a 1.
Oh no. Okay. As you take the potion from the gargoyle, its eyes begin to glow. The mouth opens, and then wait, which one was this? Acid begins to spew forth from its mouth and covers you. So you are going to take.
Holy crap.
15 points of acid damage.
So gonna put a hold here real quick. We just got a message from someone as they made a $150 donation that says times for a new goal, gents. Friends, sorry. So goodness gracious, thank you so much for that generation.
My god. That is the third of Bill and I's 3 amigos.
Yeah, that is
my
that
friend,
is our
we
brother.
love you.
I love you, you hairy guy.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Ah! What is our
That's so awesome. I will update us up to 1,400. There's also another $1 anonymous donation that came in that said Bill should put on a hat. So
it's anonymous. It might be from my wife who's asleep on the couch.
Regardless,
I would love to ask the large donation from Desmo, if he is watching, if I can use that to heal the party, please. He's not watching right now. Oh no. At least he's not in the chat.
Well, considering that we have one in our pocket for a DM to disperse at some point, I feel like that's a fair thing for that kind of a donation, if the current DM is good with it. But I will leave that to his discretion.
Then. Private message from Mr. Pease. Heal then.
I got it too.
Hey, Derek, I'm going to message you something real quick.
No, I think I have an idea actually.
Cool.
So, what about the balls?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm there. I got you. So, no one else needs healing, correct? Everyone else is full. Besides, no, Grand Amy's not.
I've got it a little down.
Okay, so Krun steps up, takes this potion, and he sees the statue as the eyes begin to glow, and the mouth opens, and it sprays this like plume of acid, and you kind of like shy away as it goes, just like spray in your face, and then you see this strange kind of like this weird like force field around you as the acid hits, but it stops like inches away from your face and sprays outwards. And then you look up, and there's this small colored ball floating over your head. And you're like, what just happened? Grand Amy, something similar happens to you. The ball kind of pops out from wherever you had stored it, or if it was at your feet, it kind of like swirls around you and circles in the air, seeming to be like controlled by some otherworldly force. And then it drops to the ground, and you feel healthier, and your the spikes, the cuts from the spike trap earlier knit themselves back together.
Man.
Do I heal, or do I just not take that damage?
Yeah, that's fine. You can fully heal. It is healing you and shielding you from the acid.
All right, and
Awesome.
with that, we have a goal updated, and I added some milestones to track where we were from where we started to where we've got. So, thank you
Started
to
from the bottom,
everyone.
now we're here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your generosity here, guys. This is amazing.
So, what is Krun's reaction to what just happened?
He tries to catch the ball.
He's completely ignoring the acid spewing out around him, and he's just like,
Dice sees this happen.
100%.
Dice sees this happen, and just knowing how Kern is, he's gonna be
Like, you're welcome, brother. I got you taken care of.
and totally taking responsibility for it.
Of course, he is.
Thank you, Rice.
nice. All right, what are the rest of you doing? Oh, yeah, and Krun has a small glass bottle with some red liquid in it in his hands now.
Very much like,
Maybe you just hold on to that. You seem to need it a lot.
I'm
Okay.
going to continue down this hall, and when I see Grandma Greca, I'm like, oh,
Oh God, no.
Great.
So are we all kind of coming southward?
That is up to you guys.
Bud and Petunia would have investigated along this way, see if we spot anything
Yep.
that
South
looks
it is.
terrible. As we go here.
So you get to about there. You see the statue. It looks just like I described before. Make me an investigation roll.
Sure. Petunia going forward and giving a good sniff. That's a 17.
Nice. So Petunia smells like ozone is the best way to describe it.
Oh.
And her hair kind of stands up on end.
She
She sees some blackened scorch marks on the ground, and she does see a collection of bones there on the ground as well.
she just like whips her tail out to stop Bud and just Bud, paying closer attention now, will try and see if there's anything he can do to prevent this situation from going awry. Is it clear that there is a trap here at this point, or like can I see a mechanism of some sort?
You don't see any mechanism. You just see like there has been something that has happened here in the past, enough so that the ground and the walls are kind of like marked from it.
Bud,
There's also again there is a potion clasped in the hand of the gargoyle
sure.
on the ground.
Bud will take out one of the torches in his pack, and he will like throw it across the area, like throw it towards the bones over here to see if anything happens.
Sure, the torch clatters on the ground over there, and there's no effect. Nothing happens.
If that doesn't do anything, then he will, like from the side over here, try and reach up and take the potion from the statue. Very clearly standing to the side, like off to the side. He'll like reach up. He'll stand on top of Petunia if he needs to, if he's not tall enough. To try
describe to me like the way in which you're taking it.
Well, how is it holding it necessarily? I'm sorry, I missed the initial description. I was dealing with other.
So basically, the statue has been carved this way, so that basically the hand is like cupping the potion. So it like you have no way of knowing how securely it's being cupped until you grab it. But like it looks like the statue was carved to do this, to like hold something in his hands.
Since it looks like it is supposed to hold something, he will reach up with one hand and he'll reach out and grab a good berry out of his pouch with the other one, and he'll
Pulling an
Remove the
Indiana
potion
Jones.
and put down a good berry.
All right, what type of check would you like to make to do that?
I
Make me a case.
I guess sleight of hand.
Yeah, I will absolutely allow sleight of hand for that. Sure.
I don't technically have proficiency in it, but it's my highest stat for
Yeah.
anything that would make sense.
That's fine.
What do we got? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, that's a rocking 8 total. It's awesome.
Okay, so you performed the Indiana Jones maneuver. The lightning spew again. Same deal as before. The eyes glow, the mouth opens, and lightning spews forth from its mouth. Standing off to the side, it's not going to hit you as badly. I still do want you to make a dex save, and I'll let you do it at advantage.
Okay. It's the first one. Where's the second one? 13.
Okay, so you aren't able to get out of the way entirely because of the nature of electricity. You kind of just sparks off towards you, and you take a grand total of 2 points of lightning damage.
Ouch!
But you know that if you'd been standing directly in front of it, you'd have been a sad bud.
Yeah, most definitely. Did I successfully remove the potion?
Yes, you have the potion in your hand.
Okay.
And then after a couple seconds, the lightning discharge goes away, and that smell of ozone that Petunia sensed earlier is even stronger.
So, kind of as simultaneously as all of that's happening, I want to stealth, if I can, like trying to make a stealth check.
Absolutely.
That's a, let's see. Okay, that is a 24 on the roll.
Holy cow. Okay. You're stealthed.
And
consider yourself stealthed.
I am going to walk up behind Dice and smack him on the head with a club.
I was hoping that's what the stealth roll was for so much.
So was I.
Just whap!
So I'm going to try and make an attack. Can I be given advantage for this, or just go straight for it?
With that stealth roll, I'll give you advantage. 24.
All right. Oh yeah, rolled a 16. So I'm going to do.
Can I cutting words that? No, wait, no. He's stepped up.
I'm just going for a rap on the head, like one solid point of bludgeoning damage, just wham. Just on top of that head.
Excellent.
And so that's what you feel from behind you.
Dice, you just look behind you. You swear that Grand Amigraka was not even in sight. So you were just completely caught off
guard.
And
then I'm right in your face.
Oh, God, Granny. You're quiet in your old age.
Your head hurts. I'm the one that has to look at it.
And he just kind of like walks past you. She does.
So bum 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 bum. Just continuing on.
Okay, so you walk through the bones, which have been charred by electricity.
Okay, so he walks through and it doesn't like discharge over again or anything.
It does not. No.
Okay, then
He's still holding a potion out like this.
Bud also has a potion. He will follow Krun at a safe distance.
He's probably said both in his lifetime, so
probably. I mean, he gets everybody else's name wrong, so it's only fair to think that he would get his own wrong at some point.
Thank you, Ben.
If we want those potions, there's another one.
There's another? Where was that?
Up here.
Grand Ami's gonna take the time to walk around. I'm just gonna move very quickly up top.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Krun. And Petunia's like, meow, meow, meow.
Probably a good idea. That's what that said. Dice, what are you doing?
Hey, y'all, don't hate.
I am following.
No hate, man.
You guys are letting Grand Amy go off by herself to get the last potion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Have you
Grand
met
Amy.
them?
Run is not aware.
All right, Grand Amy, we'll deal with you first. What are you doing?
Deal with you.
All right.
So
Grand
same
Amy
same
is-
same deal. Are you investigating the area like Jacob did?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
That is a 13 on the die plus 1, so 14 investigation.
So you see the scorched bones in front of the statue. It doesn't smell like ozone over here. It smells like just like charcoal almost, like the remnants of an ash.
Okay. So what I'm going to do,
Statue looks identical to the other statues.
yeah, I am going to, I'm going to pull a torch kind of out of my adventuring gear.
Okay.
And I am going to, I'm going to kind of come around the side of it and kind of nudge it with the torch just to kind of test, see if that does anything.
Like Rafiki. It's like
Hmm.
frick.
Give me a second.
That's a great analogy for what I'm imagining for Grand Amy.
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Okay, so you're nudging the potion with your torch. You're nudging the bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But not enough to like knock it out. So
No, I'm just testing the trigger basically.
okay, you probably, as the potion bottle like shifts slightly in the hands, you probably see the eyes start to glow faintly, and then as the potion bottle settles back down, the eyes fade. It fades away.
Okay. So let me see what I've got at my.
Okay, so while Brandon is figuring out what
Yeah,
he
go
wants to do there, Krun, how are you proceeding down the hallway? I don't know why I even asked.
Blatantly?
Oblivious.
Yeah, I am updating somebody on how much we have raised so far.
All right, no problem. Dice, Bud, and Petunia, if you guys want to make me a round of perception checks. Krun can as well if you'd like, or if he's not paying attention, then that's fine too.
I mean, it's a perception check. We'll roll with it.
Okay.
Well, it's on brand for Krun.
Yeah, 5.
It's 18 for Bud and Petunia.
I don't get to play really dumb, simple characters very often, so this is kind of refreshing.
So the webbing that you guys have been seeing throughout this tower gets denser and denser as you get closer to this this part of the hallway here, and it culminates in this door where what looks like used to be a door, and it's just a full sheet of webbing. You can't even really see through it. You can tell that there is a torch burning on the other side, but it's blocking your line of sight.
The torches that are like on the walls here, are they actually giving off heat?
That's a good question. Does magical fire give off? I mean, yeah,
Depends on what your source of it is, technically, but
yeah, because it is magical fire. These are actual torches. It's just
Are they,
being sustained magically,
Ever burning torches?
basically.
Okay, those specifically do not.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah,
sure.
they
Then no, they do not give off heat. Thank you, Gabe.
all right. Well, then Bud will kind of just like stare at it dumbfoundedly, and Petunia will hop up, rustle around in his back, pull out a torch, and like drop his little tinderbox into his hands. And Bud just goes, "Oh, okay," and we'll light the torch, and then hold it up, and he'll hand it towards Krun. Say, "Here, you want something for your other hand?" I'll
I have 2 hands.
I'll trade you. I got 1 potion. I'll hold the other potion, and you take this.
Okay.
All right, Grand Amy, what are we doing?
And then I'm gonna step away.
Grand Amy, I'm going to take the rope I have in my pack. And does the bottle, the potion, does it have like a fluted top? Like, is there something that I could like grab onto? Like, could I? My intention is to tie the rope around the bottle neck,
Sure,
Did
if there is one.
you absolutely can. What kind of check would that be? Like a survival check? To tie a proper knot? I imagine your intention is to like yank it away, right?
I would probably make it
Yeah.
a like Dex survival check. If that makes sense.
I could
Like,
make it a sleight of hand if you want to make it like kind of like a dexterity of the knot.
I'll let you do Dex or survival because I think survival, like having learned how to do the knot, doesn't necessarily need to be dexterous.
Right. Okay, I'm just gonna do a dex then.
Yeah, whatever's easier for you or better for Grand Amy.
That is a 10.
I mean, you're just making a simple knot. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
You're able to do that fairly easily. All right.
Okay.
Now for the yank.
Yeah, once I have it there, I'm going to kind of get up a little higher on the actual statue.
Sure.
So that I can kind of be out away from the mouth and a little bit over the top so that I can pull it rather than just kind of like yank it and like have it hit the floor. So
Cool.
I'm going to...
So just make me like a general dexterity check to to catch the potion as it comes out because the main thing is to preserve the potion at this point, I imagine.
Cool. Yep. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this roll, and I'm gonna take. It's an 11. So.
Okay, so
inspiration.
Grand Amy, from years of juggling goblin whelps, she pops this up and snatches it out of the air, and then the mouth opens and fire spews forth from this gargoyle's mouth. But Grand Amy is safely out of the fire's path. She does feel the heat off of it and was like, it's a good thing that she was standing where she was, but successfully gets the potion.
Yeah.
Well,
She comes off and says to herself, burned up a bit of my back hair.
All right, excellent job. And after a few seconds, the mouth closes, the fire stops spewing, and the eyes stop glowing.
All right, gonna make my way around. I'll get around when I get around.
All right, back to Bud stepped away from Krun. Krun has the torch. What is Dice doing?
I look at Dice and go, "What do I do?"
I'm just gonna shake my head and walk this way.
Petunia will stand up and just get like hands on hips and just be like pointing towards the webs.
But Dice is walking away.
So,
What do I do?
God, man, like how stupid am I right now?
Hey,
Oh God, okay.
down the stairs.
I rolled for it and
The answer's pretty dumb.
start walking forward. Thankfully, the torch is in front of my body, so Krun just walks forward, and the torch hits the webs first.
Okay, so you are burning the webs. Okay. The webs burn, though. The door is less obscured now. These are bars, actually. It looks like this was some kind of cell. And through it, you see a broken dagger, just like a regular hay bed. And from there, you probably see some webbing continuing on into the room.
Okay, and start wandering off towards where Dice went.
Having been curious about it, Petunia will give the air a sniff and come over here to the far side to see if she can spot anything through the bars.
So Petunia sees what she sees.
Uh-huh.
And smells danger. She's probably encountered creatures like this in the past.
Quite fond of eating spiders herself, but maybe not ones that big. So, she pops up, looks, goes, and then just goes this way. Bud trots along with double fisting his potions, following around the group.
At this point, Grand Amy probably sees Bud following Petunia down the hallway here.
Bud following Petunia, following Kern, following Dice.
And in celebration of this little conga line that we have going on, we have another donation by a Deb for $50. Thank you so much, Deb.
Thank you,
Mama Deb!
Thanks, Gabriel's mom.
Save our hides and heal the party back to full. Sweet. That's another one we got in the bag.
Your son's gonna need it.
Reality of this.
You guys might need it in the final battle. Just saying.
Krun won't make it that far. It's fine.
All right. So you guys proceeding?
Yes.
Where did Dice go? Okay, Dice is there. All right. How are we doing this?
Well, I'm very questioning this room now that they passed up. Kind of want to go look at it.
Bum 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 bum.
As you walk over there towards it, Petunia just is like, "Meh, meh, meh," and keeps it going. It's like, nope.
Spot say anything?
Something that large with that many legs? Nah.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh,
bum bum.
didn't know the door was open.
Yeah, they burned it open with the torch.
Hey, what the hell? I'll step in just to get a quick look. What am I looking at?
So you see what you see. You see this massive web filled with spiders that are probably the size of your head and larger.
That's a whole lot of nope.
And if you decide to linger in the room any longer, the spiders start to skitter and turn their attention towards you.
Quick investigation check. Is there anything of interest in this room?
Not. So go ahead and make an investigation check.
That's an 18.
So you get a pretty good look. There is a lot of it that's covered in dust and webbing. So without like a closer look, you're not sure, but it doesn't look like there's anything valuable in here. The web seems to be focused on what was a body, which is now completely decayed, and the web just spreads from that skeleton there on the ground.
You know what? What the hell? It's a one-shot, right?
Might very well be.
Oh no.
With that kind of attitude, yes.
Bill, you don't need to write out your character until the next one.
So I'm going to cast Shatter.
Krun is already halfway up the stairs.
Petunia has moved on, having given her warnings. Bud has followed suit.
So, and I'm targeting Shatter right on that big character, right on that big spider.
Yep. Okay. Got it. Let me use my thing here.
Bill's always a little more bold when he's got $50 donations coming in left and right.
Did that pop up on the screen? No.
Nothing yet.
Okay. 1 second.
If you're still in editor, anything you've changed
There we
will
go.
show up. Yep.
Okay. You guys see that now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and describe for me. What does Shatter look like for Dice? What do you do and what's it look like?
So it's a word, you know. Being a bard, being an insult comic, he does everything, and he looks at the web and he goes, you know,
You guys are so stupid. You given illicit indigestion, and I just bam.
Get out of here.
Get out of here! You got too many legs.
So this sound, especially for dice, is deafening in these small confines, and the sound rolls down the hallways, and you guys all hear this massive bang. But you rolled 15 for damage, so it actually obliterates most of the spiders in the room. This wave of magical energy, and any of the other ones that you see are skittering away from the sound of that initial burst, and even the ones that are like skittering towards you, they are not paying any attention to you. They just want to get the hell away from what just happened.
Hey, that was a second level spell for that.
Would you like to investigate further?
Yeah, I'll step in and investigate further.
Okay.
I'm gonna run. I'm kind of gonna run back and poke my head in just while he's doing this. Ah!
I'm so happy you did that. Bill, go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh,
Loot table.
Yay, random loot tables. This random loot table brought to you by Board Game Boss.
97.
All right.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
deck of many things. Let's go. This campaign's going that way.
So clutched in the hand of this body on the ground, or in the remains of the hand, is a small cylindrical piece of wood. It's about yay long. It kind of tapers off towards the end. Seems to be, you've probably seen mages use these to cast their magic in the past.
Oh, wand. Okay. Me with no identify spell.
I'm not quite sure what it does.
Can I study it with arcane knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an Arcana check.
All right. Good thing when I leveled up as a bard, I took proficiency in arcane.
I don't even know what this does. I mean, I imagine I know what it does, but
Why does it keep doing that? No. Go to spells, not skills. Arcane. Thank you. Roll. 14.
Too bad.
you're not positive the full features of the wand, but there are some runes that are inlaid in the wood, and through your like bardic studies or through knowledge that you've achieved in doing your hard time, you know that these runes are the runes for paralysis.
Do I feel like in that knowledge, is this something I'm going to have to attune to?
Yes, you do feel like that way.
So I just come walking out looking at the wand. Did I find anything else in the room?
No, that's it.
Okay. I just
Some
come
dead spiders.
walking out looking at the wand.
We have a challenge for what is the donation for Krun to eat the wand. And I told him $100, so we'll see what happens.
Come on. I rolled a 97, guy.
I mean, he
So-
can try.
It's for the kids, Bill. It's for the kids.
Krun becomes a sword swallower all of a sudden, and then sits more rigidly upright for the rest of the session.
Like he has a stick up his. Never mind.
Who knew bugbears? It was just a straight tunnel.
As that kind of happens, I see him just kind of sorting through, and then he comes towards the door. I'm just gonna walk and continue up.
Yeah, Krun's upstairs at this point.
That was worth the cost.
Bud and Petunia probably did stop like mid-stairs, waiting to make sure everybody is going to follow.
I have a feeling Grandma Greca was the one that ran back just because she wanted to see me like a smear on the wall.
I mean, that tracks.
You never know with her sometimes.
You're right. Excellent job,
It's
guys.
it's the mix of genuine paternal care while also genuine maternal care with genuine maternal vengeance.
Center on your characters.
Yeah. So I did just move you. Go ahead and center on your characters.
Oh, books and scrolls and stuff.
Yes. So you enter this area, and while the ground in front of you is just as dusty and dirty as the rest of the tower has been, you notice that the bookshelves are pristine. There's not a speck of dirt on them. Which is not
doesn't notice.
which is not the same not the same thing I can say about the pile of books that are on the ground. These are covered in dust, but anything on the shelves look to be completely clean. Other than that, much of the same. It's these are lit by magical torches.
Bum, bum, bum.
Not a ton of interest in books, but Petunia will just kind of give a sniff to the general area, see if there's anything that draws her attention towards like one way or another.
All these torches are lit, right?
Yes,
Are they on fleek too?
lit AF and on fleek.
I'm done.
But
Bye.
but are they woke?
Lit like whoa.
These torches are fire.
420 blazing.
This torch is on fire.
Oh my god, we've got to move on.
All right.
So,
With that, so
Bumbles on.
runs towards danger.
bum, 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 bum.
Jacob, to answer your question, Petunia does not smell anything unusual or interesting. Actually, she probably smells like mildew and like, yeah. Which is interesting because, you know, the bookshelves, like I said, are pristine. What are we doing, guys?
I'm gonna look at the books as we're walking through.
Okay.
Anything sticking out?
They don't seem to be in any particular order. They're nice books. The very first one that you see, it says the title on the binding says "Curiosity Kills the Cat." It's a little more eye-catching than some of the other books, just because it's got like gold inlay on the cover.
Well, it's not $100, but we do have so far $25 towards Krun Eat the Wand in all caps. So we got 25 so far. Can we get another 75 from everybody? Doesn't have to be all one donation. Can come from anybody. Further incentives for the game. Add to the pot of make Krun eat a wand.
Krun will have to wrestle the wand away from dice as a little added bonus.
And that's actually the third session. That's why he won't be in the third session. It'll be the indigestion.
When I see that book that says Curiosity Killed the Cat,
Hey, Krun! I got something for you.
And on that note, Krun turns around and comes back. What? Bum, bum,
I
bum.
would like to look through the.
He's still got the torch, by the way.
is the book a different color than all the others?
No, it just had it's leather, but it's got like gold inlay, whereas like most of the others don't have that.
All right, I point my finger to the book.
Can you grab that book for me?
Holding the torch, he goes, "That one?" And holds the torch up to the bookshelf.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, interesting. The torch goes out.
Nice. Magically protected books. I dig it.
See what I did?
That's awesome, big boy. Just grab that one book for me. This one. I point at it again.
Okay.
He has the book in his hands.
I would like to search through the books on the floor, the pile of books.
Yeah. Okay.
So as I pull this out, I remember one time that we did this raid against this small halfling double entendre there, this small halfling hamlet, and they had
Wait, his name was Hamlet, or you were raiding a halfling?
a hamlet of
He was right in the middle of a soliloquy when it happened. It was all
yeah. If his name was Hamlet, then we wouldn't say his name. But so I pulled this book out, and I remember that there was a book that was being held by one of the really little halflings that had pictures in it that were funny. And so Krun opens the book and starts looking for pictures.
Okay, so you open the book, and immediately the text of the book begins to glow, and then it runs off the page and just drips down to the ground in like the black ink. And if you could read, the text that you would have been able to read would have meant something, but you cannot.
Checks out.
But for the rest of you to realize how funny or like interesting this is, I'm going to read to you what was on it. It says, the text drips onto the floor as soon as you begin to read it. You cannot understand any of the text, but you immediately realize the text tells of your demise. None of which Krun understands.
So Krun holds up the book and like shakes it with the loose pages and folds it up and hands it to Dice and goes, "It's broken."
Yeah, that was anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic.
Who's that?
And he insists on handing you the book.
I take the book.
Okay. And
when
he carries his unlit torch back out into the hallway.
I put the book back on the shelf.
So meanwhile, Grandemi Graka is rifling through these books on the ground, and as she like kicks one of them aside, it reveals this like white stone block. It's actually like more of like a slab. It's like a tablet almost, and it doesn't have any dust on it like the rest of the stuff. It seems to be like completely clean. It's not super. It's large, but it's not super heavy. It is, you're able to like move it and carry it. Brandon, I assigned you control of that, so that is your piece there.
got it.
If you plan on taking it with you.
Oh yeah.
While they are doing all of that, Bud isn't really interacting with much because he's still hauling around the 2 potions in his hands. But Petunia will come in here and would like to investigate the area, seeing if anything pops up that looks interesting.
Sure. Also, Grandemi notices on that stone that like 2 of the edges are kind of like rough, and the other 2 edges are very smooth, almost as if they were like carved out for something to fit alongside of it.
Got it.
Does Petunia step on that carpet?
We would have been like investigating as we came in. So depending on what that, I'll roll an investigation check real quick. Depending on what this is. Yeah, she totally steps on that carpet.
Okay, it's really nice. It's like shag. It like kind of tickles her toes as she walks through it.
She like takes an extra moment to just like shift herself around, turns around, shocks Bud. She will continue on, not probably noticing much of anything else particularly interesting.
So in general investigation, again, more bookshelves. Books are pristine. You see there's like a tapestry hanging on the wall. The carpet, like I said, is very well made. This carpet is also giving off that weird like mildew smell that Petunia was picking up earlier.
Interesting. Kind of like keening in on the smells. She'll like follow along the carpet, and then she'll come over here and give like this grate a sniff to see if that's anything.
So, this is actually just a stool.
Oh, it's a stool.
Yeah. It's
Zoomed out more.
Yeah.
It looks grated.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
But zoomed in, you see it more as a stool. So okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Okay, so at this point, I've had a request for a bio break, so let's take 2 or 3 minutes, guys, to go use the bathroom. I will remind our viewers that we are doing a giveaway for the new book, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So if you donate between now and the end of this, wait, is it the end of the session or is it the end of the next break?
Into the next
following
break.
break.
So we will announce at the beginning of the next session.
Yeah, so at the
who
beginning of the
winner
next
is.
session, we will announce who the winner is. The winner will be the person who donates the most throughout this time slot.
Collectively.
Collectively, yes.
And speaking of donations, we have another $25 donation that just came in from Tiff for $25. That is a name the NPC. I do not see a comment with this one. So Tiff, if you're with us, message us an NPC name, and we will get that included as soon as we can.
For those of us that are having NPCs in our game, get us a list of those names. So if Gabe can't get it in his next game, I can get it in mine.
Great.
I am. No, I could fit
At
another
current,
one or
at
two
current,
if
we have
necessary.
2, and Gabe has claimed the both of them for his game. So if we get one from Tiff here, or if that was just a $25 donation in general, then we can figure that out. But I think this is a good time to take that break.
Yes.
Sweet.
So-
Back in 5.
Yeah.
We will be right back. Oh, we got a follow up. That was not for an NPC name.
It's for
that
Crud
was
to Eat
a,
the
that was a
Wand.
follow up for Krun to eat the wand. We're halfway there,
I was
folks.
hoping. I was
Halfway to Krun eating that wand.
All right.
So far, we have $50 towards Krun eating the wand, and we have a $10 inspiration donation from
Sean, looks
Sean.
like.
Sean
Sean
Kelly, who are you giving your inspiration to?
There's something interesting with this. It makes me wonder if there is another green or something or more to it, because I've had multiple people say that they wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, and Gabe
In
seems to
the
be. So
entry.
I think you might need to be logged in. Are you logged into the page?
Oh, I am not. So
This is Gabe mentioned earlier that you might need to be logged into Extra Life to see the comments.
Okay,
Not everybody is leaving them. That's the thing.
$60 so far to Krun eating the wand.
Gabe, we had a new donation for inspiration from Sean. Does it say a note on there as to?
From Sean. What's up, Doc? You're awesome. We appreciate you. It's grant 1 inspiration to 1 player or DM. Sean, send me a message. Let me know who. Or Jacob, either way. Armentia's, I know.
That's Brett. She's having trouble donating. She's gonna text me. I'm just gonna donate, and then we'll see what I'm waiting for her to tell me what she wants to do.
That's
now, is that for the NPC, or is that another vote for the eating of the wand?
Sean wants
Pat,
Krun to eat the wand.
Does he?
Yeah, that's
another
what Sean
DM.
said.
Another DM just donated 25. I don't know if that's towards eating the wand or naming an NPC.
Sean says both, please.
Yes,
All right.
Yes, please.
Sean, tell me who the inspiration goes to. Oh, Jesus. And this is why my character gets written out of the next session. Petunia! Inspiration to Petunia!
Yes. Of the inspirations given so far, it's been 2 to Brandon, and then both the other ones have gone to either Bud or Petunia.
Because they've needed it so bad.
All right. Welcome back. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So I'm going to jump.
What's the total for eating the wand?
We are
now?
currently up to 75 of the requisite 100 for Kroon to eat a wand, I believe.
These are the dumb things we do. I love it. Yes, they're very suspicious rugs. Thank you, Patrick.
Dice, what are you doing with the wand right now? Are you do you have it out, or just for curiosity's sake?
Something absolutely disgusting, because I know where the wand's going.
You're picking your nose with it. Let's do
Well,
it.
I don't know. I don't know.
We're at 85 for Krun to eat the wand.
Well, only at 85 if Sean's was to eat the wand as well, but Sean's was to grant an inspiration to Petunia. So
No,
we're still 25 away.
No, we were going to
give it
both.
both.
Yeah, we were going to give them both.
All right, well, we'll just tell you what we'll do here. So what we will do is we will just, since we're so close. Oh, we got another donation came in. What's this?
One does not
donation,
just leave their wand whipped out.
A donation by Best Wife.
What up, girl?
If I had to guess, I would say that Brett made an account because hers wasn't working.
Oh, wand, you were short-lived.
So, in the interest of keeping that in the narrative here, Krun, instead of going down this hall, is just walking next to Dice, and he's looking down at the wand and looking at the torch,
Yeah, explain
the
this,
wand.
buddy.
Looking at the torch. He takes a bite out of the torch. Just keeps trucking along.
All right, so we'll get there, right?
I have to turn off the chat. I can't. Kern plus wand for president. Let's do this.
So because it was at basically right at the 1350 mark, I am adding a milestone of Kern eats a wand.
I think we already hit it though.
Oh, we did, but it's something that we reached, so I'm just marking it for posterity's
Okay.
sake.
Awesome.
So,
All right.
we have achieved that milestone. It will happen at some point, folks.
If
But
only we
when?
could get the
Stick with us to find out.
Kind of enthusiasm. If we could get this in type of enthusiasm for voting, our democracy would be so healthy.
Hey,
Right?
we agreed we were not.
Neither,
We were not
neither
doing
of them.
this.
Neither of them offered to eat a wand.
That's
Neither of them.
I've always been a fan of incentivizing voting, but haven't done
wand
it.
eating.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I just
Uh,
no comment. I just mean we'd be in great shape. Everybody'd be so involved if we just made Gabriel's character eat a wand every election.
Yet. Yep.
I will
Alright,
bring Krun back if he survives.
Let's move this
Nice.
along, guys.
Absolutely, we gotta keep going.
I'm gonna jump to Grand Amy. Grand Amy, what are you doing?
Grand Amy looking at this table, sees a bunch of stuff piled up, and feeling the stone in her hand is gonna go and search through that.
This table looks like a pretty regular alchemy table, used to brew herbs and spices and potions.
Mhm.
And if you rifle through the stuff, you're going to see a similar white glint, kind of like coming off of a stone, just like the one you have.
Okay, I'm going to take it.
Okay, let me assign that to you. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Are you okay with managing both of these?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Those are both of those pieces are assigned to you. Grand Mammy has this collection of stones that she's carrying now. This one is not identical. It's very similar to the other one. Different type of symbol, but two sides are seem to be carved, and the other two sides are rough.
Mm-hmm.
All
All right,
What
Grammy is going to catch up.
Great. What are Petunia and Bud doing?
They are just Petunia begrudgingly leaves the carpet. It feels so nice between her toes, but she does so. And Bud will just continue along. So she will continue to make investigation checks as she goes to see what she sees.
Okay, and make me one of those, if you'd like.
And for the first time in Krun's life,
It's a 13.
Go ahead, Kron.
to fit the sudden demand for Krun becoming the wand swallower of the party, he, for the first time in his life, feeling kind of strange, this energy in the tower. He's never been surrounded by so much arcane energy before. And his mind kind of drifts like it does, wanders a little bit, and he opens his eyes, and you swear, Dice, that they're glowing for just a second as Krun uses his Wild Soul Primal Path and cast Detect Magic, completely unaware of the fact that he did it.
Fantastic. I love the Wild Soul Barbarian so much.
I just picked it.
Perfect. Okay, so you detect an aura of magic around the books. Obviously, I'm not positive what type that would be. It's like preserving the books, protecting the books. But you also detect this very strong aura around the wand, so much so that it is glowing. What is Krun's favorite color?
I'm blanking. Just pick one.
Magenta.
No,
Done.
no, no.
Magenta.
It is glowing this beautiful magenta color, and you can almost, it's like you can smell it. It just smells deliciously powerful.
What you got there?
I am just paying attention to the books. What are the books in front of me?
You see a book that says, "Hit the apple, not my face."
Famous
Is
last
it-
words, William Tell.
I was just about to ask if the author is listed as Bill Tell.
It is now, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I pull it.
So this seems to be a very detailed guide to archery,
Oh,
including instructions to craft a bow, and how to properly fire one, things like that.
interesting. Keep going.
Seeing what Dice is doing and thinking that that's what people with powers do, Krun will pull a book off the wall at random.
Cool. It's a book. It's got some writing on the front, none of which you can understand.
I open it. Is it still
Um,
glowing slightly?
No, it's not. you,
Krun-
you saw
Krun
Max
will-
do it earlier, and you want to try it out.
Krun will perfect through way there. Krun will start eating pages out of the book. And just carrying it with him.
You understand why Max does this now?
Yeah.
It's a nice earthy taste.
As I
Fiber.
see him doing this, I'm just going to start walking this way.
So for what it's worth, earlier, Petunia got a 13 on her investigation
13.
check as
Yeah,
we
no-
came into this area.
Nothing here. More of that kind of like mildewy smell as you get closer to the rug over here, and the chair. You can tell like the chair's like stained, from. But I mean, you can't really tell.
Well, she gets quite excited about another rug and goes up and tests this one between her toes as she did the last.
This one's not nearly as soft. In fact, there seems to be something kind of like making the ground uneven underneath of it.
And she will nose underneath it and burrow under and see if there's anything under the rug.
And she flips up the rug and finds this strange white stone underneath.
She drags it out and holds it up towards Grandin Graka.
I'm catching a theme.
As she
Jacob, I
sees
assign
this
you
happen.
ownership of that.
Yeah, I got it.
Krun walks past all of you with his book. He's dropped the torch somewhere, and he's just pulling out a page and eating it.
Grandamy's doing what? Sorry, Brandon.
keeps walking.
All right. This is
Kind of looking around for other things that might
Yeah.
be.
for all
out of
intents and
place.
purposes, it's a really nicely appointed library, comfy carpets and furniture. The books are pristine, very well maintained. The magical lighting is very pleasant. Nothing really sticks out to you.
Okay. Does this rug look like it has anything out of place on it?
Make me a perception check, or I guess you're investigating. So,
Does the
Yeah,
rug?
that be at 12.
Gabe, what were you asking?
Does the rug happen to have an arcane aura?
You don't know. You don't see any aura of magic around the rug. No.
Okay.
With a 12, I guess it was a 13 total. Oh, it didn't pop up on mine. Okay. Sorry, you said you got a 12, Brandon?
Yes.
It looks nicely made. You've seen elves. You've seen rugs like this sold in shops, and basically advertised as elvish in make.
And walking over it, do I see any uneven?
Nope.
Spots?
No,
Okay,
sir.
I'm gonna keep going.
All right. Rest of you. Krun, what are you doing?
I am looking around for the books have that faint magical aura to them, so this one doesn't anymore. So I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna grab another one and start eating that one.
So as it leaves the field of the unseen field around the shelves, the book also loses its aura.
Yeah, I don't notice that at all. I think I eat it.
That's fair.
That's how Max did it.
Absolutely fair.
So, in proper fashion, Petunia will continue forward, testing this carpet for its plushness.
This one is very nice, almost as nice as the first one, actually.
She stops for a second and rolls back around in it. Gets herself good and charged up. Waits for Dice to walk by.
All right.
So I will, not expecting anything, just go walking through.
As soon as Petunia, you walk past, Petunia just sticks out a paw. Or she'll probably whip you with her tail. Just whap on your butt. Give you a nice little shock. Move on with life.
Ah! Everybody's acting weird in this tower. Possums electrifying themselves. Kern's eating books.
I mean, admittedly, that's not out of character at this point for Kern.
Fair.
I'm going to pass this rug, try and make an investigation on it as I head for that table. Oh, that is a 20 investigation. Maybe we can double up and use that for the rug and this
I'll let you
table.
do the whole area, yeah. This table seems to be of a more darker purpose than the alchemist table that you saw earlier. This seems to be a table dedicated to dark magics, different ingredients, there's obviously stains on the table that seem to be blood. There's a skull there. As far as the carpet or the rug, it seems again a really nicely made rug, differently made than the other ones that you've walked through, but nothing nefarious or anything.
Okay. I'm going to keep investigating this table, like the book, for example, and the skull. And
What languages do you read?
I can read Draconic, and Common, Druid, and Goblin, so not that many.
What were you going to say before? You started to say something.
Mainly looking for drawers or something that might have another one of these slabs.
Sure. No, this is just a regular table. There's no drawers underneath. You don't see the slab anywhere on there.
All right.
Petunia will pop over to Dice with Bud's hands being full, and will try and shove this little thing that she has into Dice's hands for a moment.
What does she have?
Petunia's
carrying the stone, or
she was the one carrying it around. She drug it out with her mouth. Because
okay.
Bud's still double fisting potions. So
how big is this thing?
It's it's a pretty large slab, but it's thin, so it's not actually that heavy. But it is kind of just awkward to carry. It it'll fill your hands.
So after assuming Dice takes it, she will give it a good sniff, and then see if she can pick up the scent of any other similar such pieces.
Sure, that's interesting.
Grandma always told me never pass up a gift from a possum.
Oh snap! That is back-to-back nat 20s. So
Holy
she
shit.
rolls with advantage because of keen senses. Both nat 20s.
Okay, so she takes a sniff of the stone, and apparently has this very distinct magical smell, and she's able to follow her nose back down along the hallway to this ladder, and then she just stands at the base of the ladder and looks up.
She and just darts off and heads back that direction, and Bud takes chase after her.
Okay. So I don't know, would Petunia climb the ladder, or would she wait for Bud to do it?
I mean, she's a medium-sized creature, so she would probably just go if need be. But if it doesn't look like she could climb it, she would wait for Bud.
No, either way.
Yeah,
This
she'll go.
piece has. Can you assign this piece to me?
Yes, I can.
I
Or me.
can move it with you if need be.
It's fine. Bill, you've got that, and then Gabe or Jacob, you've got the new one.
Awesome. And
right.
I'll ask. I'm gonna ask Dice, since Dice has the rock, the stone. Is it glowing slightly with an aura of any kind?
No, it's not.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him if I can see the stone.
Why?
What does it taste like?
A rock.
Everything. I'll hold up the half-eaten book. Everything in here tastes so good. It tastes glowy. Let me try.
I hand him the stone.
Take the stone.
You're lucky Grandnammy's in the other room.
I try to eat it and it doesn't really go. And not glowy. That. And I point at the wand.
Oh no.
Can I taste it?
I
looks
start
glowy.
walking away. Start walking.
No. And he follows you. Give the people what they want, Bill.
Yep.
I told you, the added flavor. You've got to take it from him.
Oh Jesus, this is gonna be okay.
The chase is on.
Grandma Greca, everybody's acting weird in here.
So
What else is new?
Grandma, he won't let me taste the stick.
What stick? What? And as I look around,
It glows. Everything tastes glowy.
So hang on one second. As this is happening, as soon as the fourth stone enters the threshold of this room, I need everybody to make me perception checks.
No.
And that's totally fine. Krun is not.
Krun is
Dice,
focused.
Dice, are you probably? If you're gonna make me check, I'm gonna have you do it at disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. I got like a 9, but I'll do this.
14.
Okay.
A 13 from both Bud and Petunia.
Okay, the 13s and the 14. You guys notice that the floor has begun to fill with water.
Oh.
And not just the room that you're in, but it seems like coming from the hallway as well.
Petunia kind of
Well,
lifts up her feet, meow. Suddenly understanding where that musty smell was coming from.
Question, and I'll figure out how much of this Krun is aware of or not. Is it coming out from underneath this stone platform? Looking
No, it's like it seems to be. You can't even tell where it's coming from, to be
Or
honest.
is it? But is the stone platform staying above the water?
Currently, yes, the water has not filled it or has not overpassed it.
Okay. Okay.
Grandammy, I imagine you're the one who's sitting there ignoring them and solving the
yes.
puzzle.
Yeah, ignoring them. I do look up when they say want to eat or wants to eat it, and I look and I say, "Don't eat sticks. You're not a dog."
Okay, so the in the current arrangement, nothing happens.
All right, so this needs to stay here.
And those of you who are assigned the pieces, you should be able to move and rotate them. I can't assign to multiple, unfortunately, but you guys got to kind of work together on this one.
Go to the top, like this.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I'm thinking.
As Dice walks over here, totally engrossed in the puzzle.
Oh no.
Hey, Dice, can you... Oh, there, I see. Okay, that looks like
Yeah.
that matches up better.
I only have control of one.
Yeah. No, I was going to tell you to swap sides, but I think that's a much better
As
fit.
Dice is super engrossed in the puzzle, I would like to try to reach down and grab the stick and eat it because I'm oblivious to the fact that there are other things going on right now.
All right. How do you want to do this?
With a cleave of my... No, wait.
I was hoping he would just tackle me and like wrestle it out of me.
No, like as Dice is leaning in to do this and he's got this stick in his other hand, I'm literally just gonna grab his whole hand and bring it up to my mouth and start eating it. And I will rage in
Well, I
the
know how he
process.
I know how Krun's gonna tap out for the next session while Game Pro.
Does he start eating the wand? Because I'm gonna
Okay,
as he
so
has-
I rage as I do this.
Okay.
And I would like to roll an athletics check to grab his hand and try to bring it up to my mouth to start chewing on the wand.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and make that roll.
You know those
Bill,
like candy peppermint sticks? That's what I imagine
That is
Krun
exactly
sees
what I
right
imagine.
now.
All right, because I'm raging. Oh no! Because I'm raging, the highest roll is a 9.
You know what? I know this was too Petunia, but I would like to use my inspiration for Krun
Yes, I'll allow it.
to re-roll that because this is what the people need.
30-20.
Beautiful.
All right. So what was Dice doing?
if he has successfully like grabbed it and he's got it in his mouth, I am going to start smacking him on the face.
Be like, no, Tron.
And I'm oblivious to the fact that only taking half damage. As y'all are doing something with a puzzle, and I'm holding Dice up at 6 feet, and I'm eating the wand slowly with my eyes flashing a vibrant magenta color.
So Krun takes a bite of the wand, and there's this burst of magical energy, and he like freezes for a second, and then he continues eating the rest of it, and there's another burst of magical energy, and he freezes, and then he eats the last bite of it, and then there's another burst of magical energy, and he's frozen in place.
I was gonna do the wild soul rolls too.
This is why we can't have nice things. We
And
just
as he finishes eating it, at the same moment, Grandammy Graka solves the puzzle, and she fits the pieces in,
There
and
we go. Mhm.
the floor disappears out from beneath you, and you all fall into this magical field.
I hope he's still holding me as we fall.
Yeah, I'm petrified, but still holding your hand.
Give me 1 second to unassign these. Alright, perfect. And we're gonna switch maps.
We have another donation there from Nico Hawthorne saying, "You guys are awesome. Kargun forever."
Kargun.
Kargun forever.
That's my friend Forrest. He's in my party. Kargun is a character that he played.
Well, thank you, Nico. We super appreciate that.
All right, I need to move the party to here. All right. So you guys find yourself in this
that's fine.
cylindrical room.
Oh,
You
shit.
are You are
turn
current-
I would say turn dynamic lighting off, but if you've got us on one thing,
No, I can do that. That's fine. Boom. Wait, it is off.
oh, we shouldn't have it.
Yeah,
on.
That is so cool.
So
Dice,
you guys
you're not
find
getting very far from me. You are clutched.
you find yourselves in this cylindrical room. You are floating currently. Not really like moving in a certain direction. It just seems like the gravity is moving in waves, and so you just kind of are moving up and down, kind of like the things that you could see in the room. The objects that are floating around, they just seem to be various pieces of furniture. There's a chest, there's a chair, a desk, there's some books, and at the very bottom you see a door.
So are we actually in water, or are we floating in some magical substance and can still breathe?
Yes, it is not water. It is some magical substance. It's not liquid. You can't feel it. You just there's an absence of gravity.
So Bud spazzes out, and Petunia just starts like backstroking her way through whatever this substance is, just not seeming to care whatsoever.
So it doesn't. Her backstroke doesn't seem to do a whole lot. She like kind of moves in the general direction, but not very quickly.
I will say that.
Think really hard about that floor.
I will shout out real quick. Astral is one of the very few virtual tabletops that allow to use animated maps like this.
Yeah. Super
And
cool stuff.
it's pretty dope.
It's very cool.
All right,
Yeah,
so
this
Very cool.
moving along. What are you
I'm
guys
gonna
doing?
try and get
Brandon,
over
you
to
said
one of
she
the
is-
walls.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna try and get to one of the walls to push off.
Okay.
If I can. Towards
So
the
through
door.
some maneuvering, you probably like kind of wait for something to kind of like drift towards you, and you can kind of like kick off of it. So like a chair or something like that, you're able to kind of direct yourself over towards the wall. And I imagine you're trying to like slowly like shift yourself down the wall to get down to the ground. Okay, sure. Anybody else?
Or if I can, trying to push off and push off from the wall. Is it feeling like I can get any leverage off the wall?
Yeah, with some maneuvering, you can probably do that. Go ahead and make me like
Alright, I'll try and push myself.
athletics or acrobatics check.
So
Bad.
for the sake of understanding what it was that I grabbed before, these potions that Bud is holding, like, are they big enough that they can't fit in a pack? Like, do I need to still be holding these things around?
Oh no, you can the
Like,
regular
if
size.
they can fit in like backpack. Okay, so
Absolutely.
Bud is going to.
Oh,
What do I do with these? So Bud will finally take a moment, drifting in the ethereal who knows what here, and put the potions in his pack. Since he never got to do so earlier, and has decided maybe this will work better this time, he will once again tie the rope around his waist and tie it to an arrow and pull out his bow and look for something to shoot it to.
I'm going to do something so I want to amend this slightly. As I get to the wall and push off, I want to go back towards the clump of the party
okay, sure.
and position my. Sorry, I didn't want to jump on if you were doing something with Jacob. What he was.
So Jacob, make me like a general attack roll. What are you trying to get down to the ground?
So
I imagine you aim at the door.
If the door is within 50 feet of rope that I have,
Absolutely.
then I will
Absolutely.
just aim straight for the door.
Okay.
And Bud will look over at Petunia, who hasn't managed to swim very far away at all, and kind of like grab her and like make a little possum pouch of her holding on to him. I guess him holding on to her. She's technically bigger than he is. Anyway, he is going to, regardless, shoot the door with the rope arrow and see what happens.
So the arrow gets to the door, and you can see the door. It's wood. It should stick right into it, but when it gets to the door, it bounces off and directs down into the ground.
Did not connect to anything in the ground. Like, it's not secure to anything. Then
It's stuck into.
it is in the ground though. So
Yes.
if it'll pull taut, then he will actually he will hand it over to Petunia, her being stronger than he is, and he will hold on to her, and Petunia will just start pulling
So
down the rope.
You're able to make your way down to the ground towards the door. What is Grand Amy doing?
Okay, so as I get here, it's apparently Petunia in this. I'm going to grab Krun, the paralyzed Krun.
Currently
and
paralyzed. Yes.
Yeah, and Dice and say, "Come on, dummy!" And I'm gonna grab Dice, and kind of like
Am I
try
paralyzed
and
too?
position.
Let's
Try
see.
and position myself. What I'm going to do is position around, kind of like look at the door, make sure it's at my back as I have both of them like behind me, and I am going to thunder wave us backwards.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool. That will
and
absolutely
see
work.
And if we can, I'm going to try and catch Petunia and Bud along the way.
So,
But we'll
what
see.
is your describe your thunder wave to me? What does Grand Amy Greca's thunder wave look like?
It's old lady farts.
Now, haven't cast this in a long time, and gonna blast out this thunder wave that echoes through this chamber. The resonance is deafening as the
You
thunderclap
voice.
cracks. Yeah, she says, "Everybody, jump on!" Phoom, and you get
Awesome. So that blasts you
propelled.
down towards the ground. You get down there about the same time that Bud and Petunia do. And on the door, you see these square insets. They're blank right now, but it looks like there's 14 different boxes, and they're lined up one on top of the other. So it's like 7 boxes, and then another row of 7 boxes, like one on top of the other.
I don't want to interrupt things too terribly much here, but we have another donation for $200 by Lonnie, saying, "I'll have to hop off stream soon, but I wanted to shout out my favorite DM/SS teacher. Don't forget to be awesome, Derek." Lonnie, thank you for being awesome. You are fantastic. And another 25 following that up from Jeff over time. Jeff, thank you for coming and joining us, man. You too are also awesome.
You guys are amazing. Thank you very much.
Jeff, if you have an NPC name for us, please feel free to shoot it to me, and we'll get it included in the game there. But Lonnie, that is incredibly generous. Thank you so much. And I will
thank you.
promptly update our goals, because we just shattered the 1400 that we were looking at. And actually, I think that puts us over 1600. It does. We are at 1606. So the goal will be updated to 1800. Thank you all. You are amazing.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
We're on the tail end.
Bartleby. Okay.
Why don't we just go ahead and just make it 2,000?
Yeah, do it.
Sure.
Do it. Do it. Let's do it.
We'll set it. We'll try it. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if we can make it.
And we will make double what we expected that we didn't even know we were going to make.
And
All right.
Jeff,
so
over
I want-
time, it has to be Bartleby. That is phenomenal. I love you, Davis Tassar. I'm sorry.
All right.
So I've got about 2 more things I want to get through. So
Yes,
we might go
right.
a little bit over here,
keep
guys.
moving. Sorry to interrupt, but that was.
But I'm gonna expedite this puzzle a little bit. Okay, so you guys get down to the ground. You see the door, and then at this point, carried by the thunder wave that Grandmammy Graca just casted, the chest that was floating around and bouncing around impacts the ground and bursts open. And from the chest, you see a couple things. First of all, you see these square blocks. Seem to be probably 24 of them that burst out of the chest, as well as probably like half a dozen of these like kind of nondescript looking daggers that burst from the chest, and they all kind of drift away on different waves of this roiling magical energy. If you look at your screens on Astral Table now, you will see those letters. And I would also like you all to make me perception checks.
Okay. Perception checks.
So 13. Right there.
A 12 for Bud and a 14 for Petunia.
Okay.
That's a 14 for dice.
Dear Lord. Okay, Krun, at this point, magical energy flows through your body and you're able to move again for now.
I still my eyes like flashing that magenta lightning for a moment, and then it fades. And oh, I see purple. Okay. Ooh, where do these rocks come from?
Give me a perception check, please.
I did. It was a 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So none of y'all notice anything strange. These little blocks floating around. I froze the video there, just for the sake of being able to read the letters. It was a little trippy for me.
Right.
How you guys were dealing with that?
Time to break out a piece of paper. Here.
So, just to remind you, there are 14 blocks, one on top of the other, 7 and 7. And Bill, would you do me a favor and roll me a D100?
Hopefully this one's to give me another wand.
I'll just eat that one too.
Wrong. Woof. Woof.
There you go.
27.
Thank you. Grand Graka, as you're like trying to study and collect these letters, one of the daggers flies through this anti-grav and it slices along your arm, and you take 6 points of slashing damage. And then I'd like you to make me another perception check.
You need to make a what check?
A perception check, another one.
Perception. Okay,
Yes.
cool. That is going to be a 16.
Okay, that's enough. So you see this dagger, it slices you, and you see it continue its motion, and then as the tip of the blade hits impacts with the wall, you see the dagger duplicate and then bounce off in 2 separate directions.
Well, that's awful.
And then Brandon, I would like you to roll me a D100.
Okay. At this, I'm going to say,
Better figure this out quick. There's gonna be more knives out.
it's 34.
Okay. So at this point, another dagger comes sailing along as you guys are trying to gather these letters up, and Dice takes 4 points of slashing damage.
Oh no, I'm dead. No, not really.
Grand Emmy called out like kind of what was happening. So at this point, you see the dagger, and then you see it do the same thing. And as the metal impacts with the wall, it duplicates, and 2 of them bounce off in separate directions. Jacob, would you like to roll me a D100? Any guesses?
What's that?
Any guesses?
Oh, there's another letter
Of the-
underneath Petunia.
Oh, as Grand Emmy is putting them together, she sees these letters, and as we've gathered these, do we have like an idea of what the letters are at this point, or
Yeah. Oh, you can absolutely see all the letters on the screen. I'm sorry.
we can see them?
If that was
He
unclear,
says,
yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if okay. Grand Emmy's gonna holler out.
It's the name. What's the name? Oh, that Max told us. Holland. Sander.
Jacob, did you give me that D100 roll?
I was muted.
And,
I was muted. I
you
said
were-
before.
you
Sorry. My dogs were barking there. 32.
Okay. That's going to be Dice again. Dice takes another 4 points of slashing damage. And Gabe, go ahead and roll me a D100 as well.
I've not been taking notes this game because Kron wouldn't take notes.
Is Sanders. Sanders. I don't remember the last name.
77.
Sanders was the last name.
Sanders
70.
was the last name. So
So that is going
Colin
to be.
Sanders.
how?
I will let you choose. Bud or Petunia is taking that last set of damage. Taking two slashing damage.
It will come towards Petunia, and Bud will thrust himself in the way, valiantly taking the damage to protect his fair, precious Petunia. How much damage?
Okay. Just two slashing damage on that one. Okay, so at this
A
point,
million.
you guys are kind of like scrambling to get the letters together now that Grand Amy has shouted out the answer, and you're like trading, and then you realize that some of the letters are different colors, and the one you put Sanders together, but you have one of the white A's instead of the one of the darker A's, and so you like are scrambling with this, and so I'm gonna make 2 more D100 rolls as you piece this together. Okay. So first one is a 28, which is going to be, that is Grand Amy. It's taking 1 point of slashing damage. And the next one, oh man, you're not gonna believe this. I rolled 2 28s in a row on a D100. 2 more points of slashing damage. That's three points of slashing damage there.
For who?
Okay.
For Grand Amy, both of them.
Me.
It's like, it's about
Me.
time.
I'm gonna get twice.
And as you piece the letters in, the door flashes and the magical energy drops, and all the daggers and everything else falls. So I want you all to make me an athletics or acrobatics check to get through this door before everything falls on you.
Natural 20.
21.
Okay, very nice. Jacob and
I'm sorry.
Petunia,
The check was which?
athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics or acrobatics? Okay.
Dice got a 15.
Okay.
Oh God, they had both 8 and 7
Oh no, Bud and Petunia.
from Bud and Petunia.
All right. So both Bud and Petunia take 13 points of various amounts of slashing and bludgeoning damage as all these things come crashing down, and they're not quite able to get through the door in enough time.
In a strange moment of dexterity and skill and this arcane energy that's swirling around him, as his eyes peter out finally, he's like descending down the side of the wall, riding the wall down, and just leaps straight, rolling through the door and coming up like nothing happened.
Very nice.
Did you say both Bud and Petunia took 13 points of damage?
Yes, because I saw an 8 and a 7 for the acrobatics and athletics, right?
Petunia goes unconscious.
Oh no.
Petunia has 13 hit points exactly.
The threat in the room is no longer a threat. Everything has dropped, so she's not in danger anymore. So you're able to go in there and retrieve her.
So as she is knocked unconscious, and as we scramble from the room, Bud will promptly pull out another good berry and plop it back into her mouth and like work her jaws to chomp it up, and she'll be back to 1 at the very least.
I was about to tell the chat, well, say Petunia follows. We need follows.
All right, so guys, this is the last puzzle of the session here.
She is alive, but barely. This is the second Petunia he's been that attached to. Tell us about the first.
Oh, we know who that one is. Sean can tell me about that.
It's true. God, I completely forgot I didn't even think about that name matching up.
So you guys are now find yourselves in this circular room, and it is a moving clock. At least it seems that it should be moving, but the gears are clicking and grinding.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Petunia because I see Bud's like freaking out and he'll be useless. Well, more useless. So, and I'm gonna cast Healing Word, and that Healing Word words are
Get up, rat.
Get up, rat.
How much was the healing for?
4.
Oh, awesome.
So, go ahead.
No, go for it.
So around the room, you see various stone statues. And they're all placed on these pedestals above the numbers. And like I said, the clock in the center of the room seems like it should be moving, and the gears are clicking, but they're grinding, and they're not. The hands are not moving. And you see a piece of paper in the middle of the room, which I have added as a handout, so you guys can look at that. But I will read it out loud for those of you guys on the stream. So the puzzle says, he's drawn his last breath, a death come too soon. The master of shadow stands 13 past noon. Past him stands Gypsy, and somewhere between, a knight of the realm and a red dragon queen. Merchant, a trader, wears beside him in wagon, hides far away from the infamous dragon. The mystical Gypsy, with her fortunes and cards, steadies his wares, lest they crash into shards. The beast of red scale and long crimson tongue caught between the knight's blade and the shadowy one. Across from the castle stands the giant of rock. The hydra of terror stands across from the hawk. The hawk is majestic, with feathers of red, perched next to Gypsy, who keeps it well fed. The peasant sleeps poorly, he tosses and screams, for his is the hour of ghosts in his dreams. My place is not tricky, find where I lie. I stand where not mentioned. Which hour am I?
What the hell?
Cool puzzle. The
Awesome.
shadow, just for purposes of time, just gonna try and get to solving this. Grand
Shadow
Damage-
is at 1 o'clock.
Shadow.
Yeah, shadow's at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere between
Words
The
and
we'll just put the wagon here for a moment.
So some of you can control characters. I'm getting to everyone right now. So
Right.
You guys are gonna have to test out which characters you can control.
Is there any way you can upload that image with the script on it, like as a handout, real quick?
It is a
it's in a
handout.
It is a handout.
Oh, cool.
It's in handouts.
Clock puzzle.
Okay.
There we go.
Got a knight. I've got a gypsy.
If you maximize, it makes it bigger, of course.
Right, but then I can't see the screen.
So draw his last breath. The death come too soon. Past him stands Gypsy.
Okay, I'll read it out. Shadow is 13 past noon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we got that
past
one.
him stands Gypsy, and somewhere between would be Knight, and I don't have control of Dragon, but
Gonna have to draw that one off screen so that
That one is,
other folks can still see it.
Brandon has the dragon.
yeah, Brandon, if you could bring the dragon right here in between Knight and Shadow.
Where do you... Okay.
So thematically, as you guys walk up to these statues, their eyes flash and they basically like imprint on you. And so when you touch them, they move very easily. It's almost like they float. But anybody else that tries to move them, it doesn't work.
Okay, so put Dragon at 2 o'clock and Gypsy. The merchant stands beside his wagon, hides far away from the infamous dragon. So the merchant is at 8 o'clock. Whoever controls the merchant.
And then wagon should be...
And wagon is next to him on one side or the other.
Well, we'll just put it right here near 8 o'clock first.
Bill has the merchant.
Okay.
All right, where's the merchant going?
Across from the dragon is what Gabe said.
Cross
Yeah, 8
from-
o'clock.
Is the castle for sure at 11, or do we not know the castle yet?
We haven't moved that yet. The only ones that we've got so far are Gypsy, Knight, Shadow, Dragon, Merchant.
So the gypsy is where they need to be?
And put the peasant at midnight. The peasant sleeps poorly as he tosses and screams. His is the hour of ghosts in his dreams.
That's midnight, so 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then the hawk is next to the gypsy. So because the gypsy
hawk
keeps it
isn't.
well fed.
Well, we don't know exactly where the gypsy is right now.
I thought you
so
just said we
they
Yeah,
need to be next.
she's at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Putting the first to past him stands gypsy and somewhere between a knight of the realm and the dragon queen. But the
It just
dragon
says
is,
somewhere between those, so it's not like
I mean, it could be further, but we're just process of elimination here. So shadow, dragon, knight, gypsy, hawk. The hydra stands across from the hawk, so the hydra is at 11.
Yep.
okay, which would mean the castle is
Across from the castle stands the giant of rock. So wherever the castle goes, the giant is across from that.
yeah.
which we may be shifting some stuff in order to accommodate. Okay, so we're missing. Can we pull our characters? Well, Can we pull our characters to the middle and just pile them up, so we can split
Mhm.
this and pull the castle, the giant, and the wagon out of the circle?
I can't move the castle. Somebody else is going to move that one.
There we go. Okay.
Well, the wagon's outside the clock.
Yeah.
Let's see. Across from the castle is giant of rock. All right, so wherever we put the castle and the giant, they have to be able to stand across from each other. So
Yeah.
So the only thing we know for Ironclad certain is 13 past noon is 1 a.m., which is the shadow.
correct.
Past him stands the gypsy, and somewhere between him and the gypsy are the knight and the dragon. The dragon is caught between the knight and the shadowed one, so across from the castle stands the Hydra of Terror.
So you set the
hawk
statues
is
in.
magical.
You set the statues into these pedestals, and the shadow and the peasant, the shadow, the dragon, the knight, none of them react. But as you set the gypsy and the hawk into these spots, both of them animate, and the gypsy turns into like a flesh and blood person, and she casts this bolt of magical energy at Bud. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Pretty sure it does. Yes.
Okay. It's of force damage.
How much?
And then
I missed the
9.
number. 9?
9. And then she reforms into stone, and she's standing there where she was. The hawk, same thing. The hawk flaps its wings. It turns to a flesh and blood hawk, and it swoops down and it attacks Krun.
Okay.
Does a dirty 20 hit your AC?
It does, definitely.
Okay. And you take 4 points of slashing damage from its talons. And then so it swoops back around, and then it gets back to the pedestal, and then it lands and forms back into a stone.
Okay.
So were those correct or were they wrong?
Wrong, I'm guessing. Okay.
I think they were wrong. So I think we need to shift them over 1.
Yeah.
What happens if I move the gypsy to 5 o'clock?
Well, hold on. We got to have, just for process of elimination, we need to have the Hydra and Giant, and so those need to have things directly across from them.
Right. So I think
Hydra and Hawk.
I think the gypsy was wrong. So because I think we lined, like, I think I inadvertently put the Hydra where it needed to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually lining it up to the gypsy. So I think Gabe is right that the gypsy shifts down to 5 and the hawk moves to 6.
Krun grabs the gypsy and moves it to 5. What happens?
No, it can't be. Hawk can't be
Sure.
6 because it is across from the Hydra.
So Krun moves the gypsy to 5, and it animates and it casts another blast of magical energy. And this time it's at Grand Nami Graka, and she rolls a 15. Does a 15 hit her AC?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
So and then she
Oh.
freezes again into stone.
I was thinking
So
it,
Krun
sorry.
grabs the gypsy and moves it to 6, and then moves the hawk to 5.
No. The gypsy, I think, might go there.
Nothing happens.
Okay, so the
There we
hawk
go.
and the gypsy are in the correct place.
Yeah.
The merchant is in the correct place.
Okay, so the only two that are left that they can go across from each other for the giant and the castle are 4 and 10. Those are the only
Yeah.
untaken directly across from each other spots. The question is, which one goes where?
Put the castle
We're gonna
next
have to
the
just
knight.
guess, I think.
Yeah, Krun grabs the
Castle
castle and puts it next to the knight.
And God, well, Bud sitting at his 2 HP right now will place the giant at 10.
As you do that, Grandammy is going to cast Cure Wounds on Bud for 5 points of healing as he touch you.
Dropping my dice.
Don't know why.
What are we doing,
All right,
guys?
so
Okay, so nothing happened when they put those
Nothing
there?
happened. No, nothing happened.
Okay, I
Pleasant
put the
sleeps.
wagon at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's everything.
Okay, so wait, you place the merchant here and the Hydra here. Okay.
Yeah.
okay, so the last spot not touched is 9 o'clock. So Bud will go over and stand on the 9 o'clock spot.
Beautiful. And as Bud stands on the 9 o'clock spot, the gears stop grinding and the clock begins to tick normally. It's quite deafening in this small area. And then the magical
fixed the
energies
clock.
around you begin to ripple, and you disappear. And then
And Krun tries to grab them because they're snacks.
It's Miller time, not Budweiser.
well done, guys. I hope you like that puzzle. I like that.
That's
puzzle.
good.
We were panicking our way
Yeah.
through it. That's fine.
Oh no, I didn't unassign these characters. But moved all
Oh
of them.
Jesus!
So many.
man.
All of the statues also appear in this.
Everything comes to life, kills everyone, rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Speak for yourselves. I'm a dragon now.
Trogdor!
So
Rocks fall. Krun eats rocks. Thanks.
Only
find
2, no
yourselves-
more.
That's too many. It makes you sick. I think we're all here. Okay, you find yourselves in this beautiful wizard's parlor. There are this very well appointed. It's well dusted. It's clean. Very unlike the rest of the tower.
You unassigned me the dice and assigned me to the castle.
Lol.
Okay.
No, you're still assigned dice. You just need to switch your character over. You can switch on the bottom.
Dice clay. There we go.
What are you guys doing?
Bud goes over, hugs Petunia, and just gets all the rest of his good berries out and splits it between them as they sit down to like take a rest because both of them are in terrible shape right now.
They sure are.
I suggest a short rest. I would have attuned to my new wand, but
But the people demanded something else. And Krun has eaten everything so far this entire game. Both games. So
short rest,
All right,
guys.
so we're in here.
As you guys sit down to rest, you hear some movement coming from down the hallway, and through the door, this very well dressed person appears. It's like, "Oh, hello there. It's been quite some time since I've had company here. how did you all made it through the tower? Through all of my father's traps and trinkets and magical phenomenon?
Wouldn't be standing here otherwise.
Are
Quite a wonder.
Are you Sullenhander?
I am Harlan Sanders the second.
Snack says hi.
I'm not sure I know who you're talking about, my friend. Did someone tell you to come here?
His name is Max. He's a little goblin about yay high. Very annoying. Calls himself a
Theoretically
master
still
nose.
down at the front door because he was too scared to come through.
Here.
Also, ow.
I was hoping I would be rid of him. I came here and it was so nicely appointed and so far away from him that I was hoping he wouldn't come looking. I suppose we should bring him up here. And he like snaps his fingers a couple times, and this little portal appears, and a dimension door appears on one wall, and you see Max on the other side, and he's like, "Get in here, Max! Thought I was rid of you." Max like jumps and he hides the spellbook behind his back, and he steps to the.
So let's be clear. You had an intern that was so annoying you had to move.
Well, I didn't necessarily have to move. I did come here to find the state that my father was in, which was not a good state, if you must know. But I just figured with all these nice appointings and being so far away from people that it was better to stay here than go back to where I'm from.
Okay.
Well, thank you for bringing Max up. We're looking for Petunia's kids. And
sorry,
Max
I don't
seems
know
to
anything
think
about
that
that.
you could help us get there faster. We need to get to Norton's something or other. Norton's, what is it?
Norton's Rest.
Norton's Rest. That one. So
You wanna-
tired.
I mean, I can teleport you wherever you'd like, but you want to go into Norton's Rest? As dangerous as it is, especially for
No.
folk such as yourselves.
For what it's
No
worth,
Take
we,
our whelps.
party.
for what it's worth, we just received $50 of healing power from the Coffees. Thank you, Coffees. You guys are the best. Love you guys.
Great.
Oh, coffee.
So here at some point we have a full party heal to work with. Thank
I want to
God.
use it now.
However, for the sake of moving things along here, because we are a little over time.
You'd be better off leaving Norton's Rest well enough alone, especially being such as you are, as goblins. And what are you? You're not a goblin.
No,
No, not you. The red one.
She's a possum.
No, the scaly one. You.
Oh, me? I'm a distant cousin of the goblins from the Rikers clan.
He
Yes,
is Goblin.
the Rikers clan.
He is Goblin.
I see.
Can I use sleight of hand to do this?
He's smelling what you're stepping in. It's fine. So why is it that you want to go to
Yeah,
Norton?
we're not going. We want to save the whelps that were taken from us, our people's children.
Well, I cannot in good conscience teleport you into the middle of the city like that, but if you insist and that's where you want to go, there is an old legend that I've heard of. Just a single line of text, really, collected from some ancient text. See if I can find it here. And he rifles along the papers on his desk. He's like, yes, here it is. The seed of life endured, 'neath a violet crest. Atop the world secured, the heart of Norton's Rest. Now, the only crest I know of anywhere near here is the Shearing Peak, and he points at the window, and you see a mountain in the distance. And interestingly enough, on a clear night, you'll see a rolling violet phenomenon hovering over the peak. Now, legend has it that the heart of Norton's Rest lies on that peak. I could teleport you there. If you
Yeah.
so choose.
Why wait?
Krun is.
I'm getting back to my whelps.
Krun's eyes flash magenta, and he starts looking around for glowy things.
Just at that moment, Krun is seized by this magical energy, and he freezes like he did before. It's like, what is wrong with your friend there? He doesn't seem to be well.
He ate a wand.
He ate too many rocks, like I told him not to.
He ate, what was it, a wand or rocks?
He ate a weird stick.
Knowing him, it's both, but most recently he ate a wand.
My eyes are still crackling magenta.
Now, he looks at Grand Demigrak and he says, "Ma'am, you seem to be the ringleader of this crew here. You let that young man eat a wand, a magical wand?"
As soon as you call her the leader, Petunia pops up on two legs.
I don't need lip from
Now
you.
listen
Now you
here.
sit down.
Now listen here. I don't want you to lump me in with these numbskulls. All right? I might be the one here. I might be arranging things. And I might have raised and changed all the diapers except for the red one over there. He's from across the mountain with the other tribe or something of the sort.
I thought the possum was in charge.
But I am wanting to go and save these whelps.
Petunia
well,
nods
but,
along.
I recommend you leave this young man here with me, and I'll send him along as soon as he's, well, that wand seems to be exerting a strange control over him, and it's something I think I could take care of.
Yeah. But if you take him, well, we're going to have someone to make all our stupid decisions.
Well, that's not something I can help, but in the state he's currently in, he's not going to be making any decisions.
Petunia just kind of
All
like
right.
turns her head towards Bud.
Yeah, I was about to say, Grammy, Greco, we still got Bud.
Bud goes, huh?
Oh, never mind. Take him. Take him. We've still got a few.
Before you go, for a reward, all of the nasty things that you found in my father's tower, please help yourself to whatever you have here. And there's like a pile of terrible shinies.
So many shinies.
That we will get to next break. But he traces like a rune in the air in front of him, and it starts to glow. And then he makes a circle and he puts his hand through it, and a portal appears. Now this will take you to the Shearing Peak. And we're going to conclude it there, guys.
Oh, awesome.
Fantastic.
Man, Krun
So
could not
good.
have eaten his way out any better.
So good.
When that was happening, I was like, this is
So
such
good.
a convenient way to write Gabe out of the next adventure. Like eating a wand of
thought too.
when he starts digesting that, he's just infinitely paralyzed.
So good.
That was not scripted. Like,
No, it wasn't.
That was awesome.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
man.
Good job, Derek.
All right. Holy crap. Our goals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goodness gracious, people.
For everybody currently tuned in, we are still doing an ongoing raffle. So any donations made through the duration of this break will enter you in for a copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Well, it's not really a raffle. It's whoever donates highest for that.
Yeah,
Correct.
whoever is the nicest to the sick children in the hospital, guys. As we donate to raise money for Norton Children's here in Louisville, Kentucky. So thank you very much for watching.
Gabriel has a black belt in Irish Guild.
Well, it's about the only thing I'm good at. So
We hope you all have enjoyed it. We are certainly having a lot of fun, and the interactions with you all thus far have been a blast. We would not have Kern eating the wand like he did without you all being here. So thank you for joining us. It's been a ton of fun. We are going to take a break here for about a half an hour, and we will be back for our next session at about 4 o'clock, give or take a few minutes.
Loving the audience interactions.
Super fun. We still have Bartleby to work in as an NPC for what
Got
it
it
is
covered.
worth. So
I got
thought we
Nico
had
and
more than
Bartleby.
Nico and
Nico and Bart.
and Bartleby, and the one my wife gave last night with her donation, and a request for Joe Biden.
Correction.
Bo
Bo
Jiden.
Jiden.
Bo Jiden.
Bojiden, excuse
Yes.
me. I need to change that. I can accommodate all 4 of those in our next session, and then I am tapped.
Fantastic.
So after that, it's passed on to.
we
Yep.
got another game after that.
Beyond that, keep them coming for
And-
NPCs, and Bill will fill in where he can. But it won't be until this evening that we get to his. So you got to stick with us if you want to see your NPC, whoever it may be. So.
And you never know. We also have another NPC that already made an appearance, so they will appear and shall appear.
That's true.
Sir Cass of Marlin is alive and well after fleeing very bravely
Very true.
from
Bill
the
might have made a
battlefield.
note of that.
Very
Bill
true.
might have made a note of his fleeing very, very bravely.
Fleeing
from the
bravely.
battle.
Bravely, Sir
Awesome.
Robin.
All right, everybody, but for the sake of staying on time, we are going to dip off here for a little bit. I am not going to put the stream up that kind of keeps failing on us a little bit here in between, so I'm going to throw up a be right back message and throw up a timer, and we'll be back as soon as we can. But the donations that you make during this break do still enter you for the next drawing that we'll do, which we will announce at the start of the next session. So stick with us. We'll be back here in just a little while.